go, West Coast. Let's go, East. Let's go.
Let's go, West.
What a spectacular day for baseball in the Deep South. It's the Top Chopped East Cobb Complex, and this is the second annual Perfect Game 12U Select Festival, a gathering of the very best at this age group in the land, and we're excited to be back out and back on the field. Hi there, folks, and welcome to this unique complex. My name is Darren Sutton. A great voice of amateur baseball is Danny Wexelman, and we're certainly glad you're with all of us. Danny, we've spent the week with these outstanding athletes. They're thrilled to be back out. They represent the future of the game, their energy, their passion, their diversity front and center.
I'm just excited to be back here in person. We were remote last year. This complex is beautiful. These teams are so talented. The West team, they're going to be the big arms on the mound. The East team, they're going to bring the big bats. I can't wait to see it.
We go all the way to Hawaii for our first player that we will focus on, Zane Ho'okala, a very talented young man who hops up on the mound from the left side, a left-handed pitcher. He's got a big bat as well when he steps into the batter's box. Danny had a great conversation. Here's some bits and pieces of their chat.
It's important for me to play in this game because, you know, it's the top 20-something players in the country, and I feel honored and blessed for this opportunity to play in this game. Where I'm from, it's beautiful in some places not. Beaches are nice. I like to go to the beach a lot, hang out with my friends, and the school I go to is very nice. It's very, like, cultural. I'm kind of like an all-around player. I can pitch, hit, I'm pretty fast, and I play in the outfield, I have a good arm, so I'm most excited to play with some of my teammates on my team and play against the best players in the country. That'll be really exciting for me. The current major leaguers from Hawaii have a big influence on me because we all came from the same place, you know, very small, and we made it big, so yeah, they have a huge influence on me. It inspires me because they work so hard from a little place, you know. I know where some of them are from, and it can be rough coming from, you know, I have to fly 13 hours to come here and stuff like that, so it's very hard.
I love the joy. Look, I love Island baseball. When you think about just a couple of years ago, Kalai Rosario was a high pick. He was a PG alum. Of course, we know about the Wong brothers in the big leagues. I know you enjoyed getting to know him and his family.
As you heard, 13 hours to get to this event, the dedication that takes. We met his parents, the sweetest people, and he's representing Hawaii so well. He hit a couple out in BP, Darren, and he's going to be an impactful left-handed bat with a big pop.
So, Chase Fuller, Tallahassee, Florida. I really want to talk about him. This is a guy that just about every home run derby that he steps into as a young amateur, he wins them. He's got huge power. He's got great family ties. Dad, a big-time football man.
The athletic background that this family has is unbelievable. His dad played football at Florida State, 10 years in the NFL, and he told me the biggest lesson that his dad's taught him is always give 110%. You never know who's watching you.
Incredible stuff. We're certainly glad to have you spending time with all of us. Perfect Game, an alumni of nearly 2,000 that have gone on to the major leagues. It all starts here. This is the 12U Select Festival. Let's do it right after this.
The Perfect Game Select Festival on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Rawlings, the #1 glove of pro players. Rawlings, the official baseball glove of Major League Baseball. By New Balance Baseball, proud partner of the Perfect Game SelectFest. And by Perfect Game Cares, growing the game for America's underserved youth.
Wonderful pictures of the Big Brother game, the All-American Classic, as we welcome you back to the Little Brothers at the Chop Chops East Cobb Complex in Marietta. Let's get to know the East one by one.
Diamond. I play catcher, first base, and I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
My name is Tegan Leach. I'm a pitcher from Haymarket, Virginia.
Hey, I'm Manuel Beltre. I play shortstop, and I'm from Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo.
My name is William Cutshall, and I play pitcher, catcher, middle infield, and outfield. And I am from Covington, Georgia.
My name is Chase Harding. I'm a catcher and shortstop, and I'm from Fort Mill, South Carolina.
I'm Carson Liedel. I play third, short, and I pitch, and I'm from Michigan.
My name's Jeb Craven. I really play everywhere but catcher, and I'm from Jessup, Georgia.
My name is Jordan Griffin. I play center and third, and I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
My name is Andrew Bennett. I play outfield and pitcher, and I'm from Mobile, Alabama.
Hi, my name is Caden Dawson. I play right field and center field, and I'm from Marietta, Georgia.
My name is Tyler Durkin. I'm a corner infielder and pitcher, and I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York.
My name is Chase Fuller. I play short, third, pitcher, and I'm from Tallahassee, Florida.
My name is Gavin Lang. For the positions I play is shortstop, third, and I pitch, and I'm from Collinsville, Alabama.
I am Cole Crawford. I play pitcher, catcher, and third. I am from Warner Robins, Georgia.
Love hearing from them, and we talked about this young man coming on the air, Zane Ho'okala, out of Waiahia in Hawaii. The University Laboratory School, he's an 8th grader, his travel team ZT Prospects, and he is the son of Marla and Brandon. Zane Ho'okala, the left-handed pitcher. It's been interesting to see the power he has, too. He put on quite a display, came up a little bit short in the home run derby. We'll tell you about the winner in just a bit. But let's play. I mean, we've done this whole lead-up. We want to play now. Introduce you one by one to the finest in the lands. This is J-Rock. Get to know him. Out of Lake Charles, Louisiana, Jordan Griffin to lead things off. And the first pitch is a bolt over the outside corner. Just off the plate, 1-0 the count, and we're playing baseball.
Griffin's a Braves fan. The home team, Darren, we've seen that all week long. The excitement around that team right now. A lot of guys from around the area. He loves Ronald Acuna Jr. He likes the energy he brings.
And he brings a lot of energy, too. That fastball hits the outside corner for a strike. Natola Hawthorne is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. She is joined by Jason Martin, Drew Edge, and Eric Noble surround the diamond, our perfect game umpires, as that breaking ball drops in there. First couple of pitches, by the way, it's important to point out, 79 miles an hour, and we'll do our best to share velocity with you when we can, technologically. A great number, I mean a great number that you would look to. If you can get to 80, you're doing something spectacular. That one just off the plate. Boy, it's strong. It is firm and strong stuff as that one misses outside.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Darren, that Zane Ho'okala not only can swing it, but he can pitch. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Being on the hands, lifted into left field. Long run still coming, leaving his feet, unable to make the play out there. And that one trickles away. Logan Schmidt couldn't make the play. All the way into third with the slide, Jordan Griffin. How about 3 bags to start things? He was beaten by a pitch that tied him up. He took advantage of a ball that popped free. The key, he got to show off his speed.
Showed off the speed, and what an effort, by the way, from Logan Schmidt in left field. Take a look, just missing that, but Griffin able to leg it out and get a good jump for Team East.
So Griffin ready to roll is at third, and we introduce you to the number 2 hitter, Emmanuel Beltre out of the Dominican Republic. A talented shortstop, actually the youngest man taking part in this event. And he's got an incredibly bright future as the first pitch is a fastball. Hits the outside corner to the young man for strike 1. Raquel is mom, Manuel is dad, and his older brother Manuel in the Toronto Blue Jays organization, brand new to professional baseball, as a breaking ball is swung on and missed.
And Manuel is so proud to be the younger brother of Manuel. Their family is so tight-knit. It's so great to see his family out here. And Emmanuel walks around with a smile on his face everywhere we see him.
Had to deal with some really firm stuff there. Good pitches as that one sneaks right on by. Living right around the high 70s, 78, 79 miles an hour. Personality plus for this man. Here is Cole Crawford as Crawford takes just a little bit low and inside. Local product out of Warner Robins, Georgia. He'll catch, he'll pitch, play first or third. His travel team, the East Cobb travel team. That means this is his home complex. Into the catcher's mitt it goes. 1-1 the count.
I saw Cole Crawford go and shake the umpire's hands before the game. He is an outstanding young man, Darren.
Dreams of playing in the SEC, maybe Georgia. As that one skips on by, will it play to run with the slide? It does. Come on down, Jordan Griffin. That one got just enough away from Travorsky Lane, who's working behind the plate. And it's 1-0. East strikes first.
Jordan Griffin ready to rock and roll. That guy gets his team so hyped. I love to see that early in this game.
Breaking ball just a little bit on the outside corner. Just got a piece of it. So let's talk about Cole for a bit. An 11U PG All-American. He is the brother to 2 younger brothers at home, so they're watching him very closely as that one is just in and off the plate. Their names are Brock and Jackson. Cole Crawford, Wes Etheridge, his travel coach, and he was on that one. Really good level swing through the zone. Mom, by the way, played college softball at Valdosta State. Dad, head football coach at Houston County High School.
And this guy isn't afraid to talk to anybody. He knows no strangers. He's been so welcoming all week to his teammates, to us.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Oakley. Everyone hits, so that means all 14. And they'll move in and out positionally. You'll see where they start with Griffin, Beltre, Crawford, then Dawson. Chase Fuller is behind. Mason Diamond, Chase Harding, Tegan Leach, William Cutshall. And then the rest on down, all 14. Lidl, Craven, Durkin, Lang, and Andrew Bennett. Again, Craven will start on the mound. The talented Caden Dawson. From that left side. Oh, yikes, what a breaking ball. 0-1 the count on Caden. He's the son of Kat and Joe. He's from Marietta, Georgia. He'll catch like the man before him. He'll play right. He'll pitch as well. A couple of great secondary pitches, and the count quickly 0-2. Really good breaking ball. Oh my goodness, knocks it down. He wanted to waste the fastball up. It was squared up, and thank goodness that Zane got his glove up in time. An absolute rocket shot, and we are very fortunate that he's all right.
Wow.
Great athleticism here, Danny. I mean, and just straight reaction.
Wow, look at that. Bullet right back to him. He gets the glove up. His instincts go into play there, running on adrenaline, I'm sure, Darren. Coach Ryan Klesko going out to make sure his starting pitcher is okay. Let his heart rate slow down a little bit. My heart rate needs to slow down a little bit, but what a bullet off the bat of Caden Dawson.
He had thrown him a couple of breaking balls, and he clearly wanted to elevate, and you could see behind the plate. Travorsky Lane gave him a very high target. Maybe a little bit too much of the plate, but you've got to give credit to Dawson for a level aggressive swing as Chase Fuller takes his chances now. We mentioned Chase coming on the air. Slightly open stance from the right side, and a breaking ball gets a commitment. 0-1 the count.
Chase in the home run derby, Darren. By the way, before the game started, this kid was crushing the ball. That's what he's known for.
Runners take off, breaking ball in the dirt, throws, skips on by into left field, and clapping his hands as he comes on down is Cole Crawford. Trailing behind, Caden Dawson moves into second. 2-0, the E squad on top. Just taking advantage where they can, when they can. Charisse and Corey Fuller, mom and dad of this talented athlete. Runner heading to third. No throw, big jump. Stole that one on Ho'okala on the mound, so stolen base for Caden that time. Corey's dad played at Florida State, as you mentioned, Danny, 10 years in the NFL, Vikings, Browns, Ravens, as he takes a strike. Right down Broadway, Fuller goes down on strikes.
We'll see this pitch one more time. Ho'okala able to recover after that rocket back to him off the bat of Dawson.
That's a key point, D. I really do think so. That's why Klesko went out. This is Mason Diamond. He takes a strike over the outside corner. It's that Ryan Klesko, by the way, if you're curious, of Braves lore, and a steal of home with the throw back. Talk about being aggressive. Caden Dawson surprised everyone, and most importantly, even if he surprised us a bit, he surprised the battery mates. Ho'okala and Lane, watch this. Little frame, toss back, runner coming into your home and his home.
Wow. Came ready to play today, there's no doubt about that. These guys this morning eating breakfast had a chance to kind of listen in. They were loose, to say the least, Darren. Loose and ready to rock and roll in the game today.
I think that's fun, too, when you think about it. Like, you know, having the opportunity to play on Perfect Game TV on CBS Sports Network, could be unraveling for a lot of us, especially at this age. As that one just off the plate, but it got the call of the strike, extended just a little bit. When you talk to Mason, and he's the son of Crystal and Jimmy, he'll share with you that I love Buster Posey. He's from my home state. I love watching him play, as that one is shot foul to the right side.
I thought about it. I'm glad I didn't do it.
And he's a big Pirates fan. Mason Diamond, Springfield, Georgia, Effingham County Middle School.
We see that a lot, Darren. We see that guys are able to have favorite players and teams despite not being from that area. It makes it really special.
The world is a small place. This game is exploding, though. More in a moment.
My name is Brendan Pyle. I play third base, and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Mi nombre es Francisco Rentería. Juego centerfield y soy del Zulia, Venezuela.
My name is Jaden Estevez. I play pitcher, outfield, and infielder, and I'm from Whittier, California.
My name is Logan Schmidt. I play first base, pitcher, and outfield, and I'm from Villa Park, California.
Hi, my name is Dylan Seward. I play shortstop. I'm from Eastville, California.
My name is Noah Everly. I play shortstop, third, and first base and pitcher. I'm from California.
My name is Angel Lacuna. I play pitcher, first base, and outfield, and I'm from Norwalk, California.
My name is Javorsky Lane. I play catcher, and I'm from Texas.
My name is Will McIntyre. I play catcher, pitcher, infield, and outfield, and I'm from Boyd, Texas.
Hi, my name is Colton Gallardo. I play pitcher and third base, and I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
Hi, I'm Bear Cavo. I'm a pitcher, and I'm from California.
I'm Lash Henderson. I play center field and third base, and I'm from Texas.
Hi, my name is Zinho Okala. I play first base, outfield, and pitcher, and I'm from Wahiawa, Hawaii.
I'm Maine W1. I play first base and outfield, and I'm from Victoria, Texas.
Let's take a peek at that starting lineup. And again, everyone hits, so you'll see 14 names. They'll move around defensively. Javorsky Lane, we saw him catching. Longtime Major Leaguer Luke Collier is the skipper for that team. It's Lane, it's Everly, it's Logan Schmidt. Jumbling on down that starting lineup, presented by our good friends with Oakley. It's Calvo, Bear Calvo. It's Pyle, Renteria, Estevez, Ho'okala, who just pitched. Gallardo, Acuna, Seward, McIntyre, De Leon, and Henderson for the West. And this is a very gifted young man. This is Jeb Craven. He's out of Jessup, Georgia. He throws hard. He's a 26 grad, Wayne County High School in Jessup, Georgia. He's the son of Erica and Chip, and the first pitch is up and in. 1-0 the count to Javorsky Lane. Javorsky's out of Fort Worth, Texas. Texas Florida Canes, he lead his travel team. Javorsky Sr. is dad as he takes a strike over the outside corner. And Chan Lane is mom. Mr. Lane, a joy to be around this week.
If you take a look at Jeb Craven's glove, it's baby blue pink. And I talked to him yesterday at workouts, and I said, are you going to use that glove? It's a newer glove, so we don't know if it's completely broken in right now, but he decided to go with it. He is a very confident young man. I think that you have to be very confident to rock a glove like that. And listen, this guy knows what he wants to do on the field.
That's a great piece of hitting. He does know what he wants to do. He fires a strike, and Lane, instead of trying to pull the baseball, uses the big part of the ballpark. Danny, he hits it exactly where it's pitched. Great approach.
Able to get things started for his West team, which is important. They've got a little bit of work to do early in this game.
Noah Everly, a Player of the Year finalist at last night's award dinner. As that one sails by to the backstop it goes. Lane was already on the move. He would have swiped that bag, absolutely positively. Everly, by the way, is out of Southern California, beautiful Pasadena, California. And if you really rear back and throw from Pasadena, you could throw it right into Dodger Stadium. On his way to third, that's a stolen base. Lane flying around the bases. Well, there's a theme so far, speed and athleticism.
Wow, that was unbelievable. This guy's heads-up knowledge, his base running skills. Look, he takes off. Jeb Craven 2-0'd in on the batter, and Lane slides in safely.
And on the outside corner to even the count at 1-1 to the man that his buddies call No-No, Noah Everly.
He's a Tim Anderson fan. I love that. He said he has a nice swing. That was a nice cut. Wow. He said he likes his swing, and he likes that Tim Anderson plays his game with passion, and he's got swag, Darren. We love to hear that.
And a couple of his travel teams where he shows off that swag, Texas Florida Canes and ZT NorCal. George, who I've seen many times throughout this week, enjoyable man. Colleen, his mom. I think what's great about Dad is he's a ballpark wanderer. Any of you dads out there can't sit right there with everybody else. You're down the left field line, you're down the right field line, you're nervous when your son is playing, as that one is rolled foul down the third base line. So I've enjoyed meeting Dad, who, by the way, played baseball at Penn State, coached high school baseball at St. Mary's High School in Berkeley. Great family as it ties to baseball.
It's a complete family atmosphere here. We saw half a dozen siblings or so catching first pitches today. The stands are filled.
Bouncing ball out towards short. It takes a high hop and sneaks right on by. A run scores, turning and heading into second base. That took a high hop, and Everly takes advantage. Beltre was in front of it, but Beltre had the bounce betray him, and it snuck right on by him. On turf, obviously, it's going to be a little bit more aggressive than on grass.
With the turf, gets the bounce, and heads up base running from Javorsky Lane. Has the West team coming back a little bit here, chipping away, but that base running, that heads up is able to give him that chance to score.
Say hello to Logan Schmidt. He's out of Villa Park, California. That's also not too far. We're talking about Dodger Stadium. That's not too far from the Big A where the Angels play, Villa Park. Logan, left-handed pitcher, first baseman, outfielder, dreams someday of playing UCLA or Vanderbilt. A couple of choices he thinks about as a young man. And he lines that one into left field. Diving attempt, and it gets on by. Will roll all the way to the wall. Carson Liedl did all that he could. It is an offensive kind of day at the Select Festival. That was a gorgeous approach by Logan Schmidt. It's a double. It's an RBI.
Off the bat, sounded beautiful. A great diving effort by Carson Liedl, you can see here. But that ball rockets off the bat, and the West team just chips away here. They're within 1 run of tying this game right back up.
So the son of Jessica and Tyler, Logan Schmidt, who has been very, very successful. As a matter of fact, the 12U PG Invitational MVP earlier this year. Carson pulls himself back together out there. And we talked about a Carson in left. This is a Carson in the batter's box. And there's so many Carsons around, he just goes by Bear instead.
He shared that story. He said when he was playing Pony, the coach had 2 Carsons on the team. He went up to this Carson. He said, hey, what's a nickname? And he said, what? Carson said, I don't know what a nickname is. And the coach is like, well, what's your favorite animal? And he said, Bear. And he's been Bear Calvo ever since.
So Bear, who is the son of Elise and Ken, takes a pitch. A little bit of cut to it from Craven. It's such a lively arm, isn't it, folks? You can see how natural it is. But Bear Calvo's out of Fullerton, California. Again, that's in the OC in Southern Cal. Shortstop, pitcher, catcher. Travel team, the MVP hustle. And he goes to school at Ignatia Christian, as that one beat him in. Bear still is a young man who hasn't, taken a head-first dive into baseball only. As a matter of fact, when he was younger, he played quarterback and middle linebacker, and he was a Pop Warner Football League MVP. So loves multiple sports, is going to play multiple sports, including racing dirt bikes, which he's done for a long time off-road, as that one is up and in. He's won championships in basketball and soccer. I love it at this age, playing everything.
He's so athletic, and we see that from a lot of different young men in this game today. They play football, they play basketball, soccer, whatever it may be. It makes them so much more diverse and just makes their game on this field, on this diamond, so much better.
Nice job blocking that one up. Hopping back behind the plate. That's Mason Diamond doing the catcher. Watch him turn his body into a C here just to block it up. And used his entire body, used a chest protector, used the shins. That's what they're there for.
That gear looks good, but I love to see the defense behind the plate.
Good communication, making it clear that he was going to make the play, and Manuel Beltre out of the Dominican Republic did. Well, he looks the part, doesn't he, folks? His brother recently, the Dominican Republic Blue Jays Organization Player of the Week, signing as a J2 signee this last July.
And Manuel showing us that picture on Instagram of his brother. So proud. Again, this family is just so tight-knit. They love to support each other, and Manuel came out to support Emmanuel earlier this year before he left. I mean, it's just really special, honestly. Check out that glove, too, by the way.
On it, back to the screen it goes. This is Brendan Pyle. St. Peter's, Missouri. Third baseman, first baseman, right-handed pitcher. Today's home run crown. He won it in the challenge earlier before this game. He shrunk this ballpark. All of his mates did, but he ended up walking away with the cup and the hardware. Swing and a miss. Good looking breaking ball down. He goes on strikes. And when Pyle won the home run challenge earlier, there was hardware to be grabbed, certainly. And so Brendan Pyle, I'm sure he watches, like, I don't know, Nolan Arenado hit homers in his home state. How cool is this?
Wow. I love to see that. We love to give a little extra love to the Missouri guys here. Pretty cool. I mean, they put on a show, by the way. Breaking Branches, the PA announcer, I'll steal that line from him. They broke a lot of branches out there in the outfield. I mean, dead center, they sprayed them all across, moonshots. It was super fun to see.
This is Francisco Renteria out of Maracaibo in Venezuela. Out there at second base is Logan Schmidt. He takes a pitch that hits the outside corner. You got a chance to spend some time with him, and helping you out this morning was our gifted shortstop, Emmanuel Beltre, but you got to know him with Emmanuel this morning.
Yeah, and Manuel helping me translate this morning so we can share a little bit more about Renteria. And his family is here from Venezuela. And I asked him, you know, how does that make you feel? He said, it makes me feel good to know that they support me and they want to watch me grow. He's been playing and watching baseball since he was a kid, and he loves his teammates. It was really special. I'm still working on my Spanish, and Manuel helping me translate because he is so fantastic.
He's been a favorite of all of his mates, and they have worked hard on their Spanish as well. The shortstop Beltre has been busy as his translator as he shoots that one to the right side. He's proud to represent Venezuela at Liceo Los Robles. And again, forgive me for my pronunciations. He's a 4.0 student. That is his school. He's a 4.0 student. He has been to 6 different PG Perfect Game Series events in the state of Florida as that slider nearly caught the inside corner. A thought on Craven as he works in the middle of the diamond. Fastball 4-2 seam, slider and a changeup. And he is a young man who has been throwing hard for quite some time. Velocity has been out there in front of him. There have been a couple of 80s in this inning, as we talk about that kind of being the magic number. But he's been up to 80, lived around 78, 79. He threw a pitch to Renteria a couple of pitches ago that was 80 miles an hour.
And they're probably getting settled. It's the first inning. The adrenaline is rolling. They know how fun this game is. They know that they're on Perfect Game TV, on CBS. This is a big deal for them. They've been hyping it up all week.
Hey, by the way, this Perfect Game TV of which Danny speaks, it's the home to amateur baseball. You can download the app on your smartphone, your smart TV, or your device. Or if you're visiting on a traditional laptop or PC, just visit perfectgame.tv. That one skips to the backstop. Those long strides of Logan Schmidt take him on into third. It's a wicked slider, there's no doubt, and it's one that at this age he's still learning to throw.
Mason Diamond working hard behind the plate as well, doing his best to keep as many balls in front of him as he can.
So somehow Renteria just fouled that off. Somehow that pitch that went behind his helmet, and it was a fastball that was overthrown, was fouled off. If he hits this fair, I think we just pack up and go home. And then it got a piece. You were talking about Mason.
Yes.
He was ready to chase it to the backstop.
The brick wall behind that plate.
Crushed but fouled down the line for Renteria.
This is fun. This is fun to see this. I like a duel.
I think so does this pitcher. He's been in so many big moments. He loves the Braves, does Craven. He loves Mike Trout. That's his guy. And that breaking ball, that's a heck of a take.
When you ask these guys about the talent level of these young men at the 12U age, they're exploding with excitement because, as you can see here, this at bat that Renteria is working, that Craven is working, both of these teams going head to head. These guys are really good for this age. I can't say that enough.
In, and that one got him, got a piece as well as that hits Renteria. The battle waged on as long as we could. And again, a couple of times, I think Danny just spinning off a little bit early, trying to do too much. The body leaves the arm behind.
No doubt he and Mason Diamond will walk slowly back to the mound, have a little conversation. That's a good catcher there, letting his pitcher catch his breath, give him some confidence. That's what we like to see.
Runners on first and third now, and Jay Estevez, Jaden, gets a chance. Another SoCal athlete. He's out of Whittier, California, pitcher and an outfielder. Dexter Middle School, class of 2026. And ZT Elite Garcia, his travel team. And that one takes it right off of his hands behind the plate. That one dives down below. Good run to that fastball. Unable to catch it there was Diamond.
Base runners being aggressive. You see Renteria ends up on second base.
Yeah, again, he got him, and they're protecting those arms there, but that one up and in got the elbow. And again, you talked about it, Danny. I think you touched on it. It's early in the game. You're trying to do a lot, and the body's not always locking up with the mind. That lead arm was gone. He just couldn't catch up with it.
It looks like Flash Gordon is going to come out.
And yes, it's that Flash Gordon, if you're curious.
Yeah.
The man who pitched in nearly 900 Major League games. He is a huge part of who Perfect Game is and the PG Cares Foundation. Flash Gordon, three-time All-Star World Series champion. And everyone loved watching him work. He had that, with the diminutive size, he had an amazing breaking ball. So many of you remember it. And an electric fastball. He was recruited to go to Oklahoma State to play football. He was that kind of an athlete. And Denny, he shared stories with the athletes, which I thought was amazing last night, about being their age. I mean, he really locked in on when he was 12 years old and encouraged them to enjoy the sport, drink it all in, play multiple sports, too. He was great with the athletes last night.
Yeah, it's always great to hear from Flash, because what's great, not only can Flash share about his playing days, but Flash is also a dad. D and Nick Gordon, D Strange Gordon, I'm sure you're familiar with those names, major leaguers. They are the son of Flash Gordon, and so Flash has been there for every part of their journey. He's been the parents in the stands. He's been nervous, and so now he gets to go out here and speak to these guys, not only as a player but as a dad. So he kind of covers all the bases with everyone here for Perfect Game.
So when you think about Perfect Game in this 12U Perfect Game Select Festival, it's the top 28 Perfect Game 12U players in the nation. Now, Perfect Game, through its years, founded in 1995, as we said, chasing that 2,000 MLB alumni, that seems to be a number changing every day. And gosh, more than 13,000 drafted players. And a pitching change. Tyler goes to work. He's out of Poughkeepsie, New York. Maybe stretches it out and pitches in the next inning as well. Tyler Durkin, Dirk as his mates call him, right-handed pitcher, third baseman, first baseman. Travel team, the Rangers. And this is a young man that is a high school grad of 2026. He will attend Roy C. Ketchum High School when he heads on to high school. Laney and Tim are his parents. Connor is his older brother.
And he'll have to face Zane Ho'okala with the bases loaded, part of that home run derby. We mentioned the power that he has. He's an impactful left-handed bat. Jeremy Brown sharing a lot of notes with us. He's a national cross-checker for Perfect Game, and he covers these guys like nobody else does. He knows every single thing about them, so he shared some great notes with us and starred Zane on those notes.
Ho'okala, Wahiawa in Hawaii, University Laboratory School. He's an 8th grader. He dreams of Texas A&M if he's to choose where he gets to play. That one just off the plate from Durkin.
Durkin, you mentioned from New York. He's a Garrett Cole fan. Said he hasn't been to a game in a while because of the pandemic, but hoping to get back out.
Misses outside with that one from his mouth, Durkin, on his self-scouting report. I'm a two-way player with good power hitting. Pitch-wise, I'm tall, lanky, a righty, throws hard with a tight spinning breaking ball. That one right back to the screen as he was on that one. Those are his words on who he is as a pitcher.
I love when the players provide self-scouting because it gives you an insight into their confidence and the way that they see themselves. I love when they do that.
O'Kala's dad, Brandon, played college baseball, Laney Junior College, back in the late 90s.
A 13-hour trip from Hawaii.
That one is high. That's a patient man. I always marvel at anybody at any level who plays in an all-star game and can draw a walk, because for my money, I'd be trying to swing every single time. So good patience as a run scores. And those runs that were scored in the first, well, they're scratched right off. We're back to 3 apiece. Renteria, Estevez, Ho'okala on base now. Colton Gallardo's out of Fort Worth, Texas. That one misses outside. 1-0 the count to the young man who plays for the Texas Bombers. Jason Andrews is his travel coach. A rising 7th grader at Marine Creek High School. Jorge is his dad.
Jorge, his dad, his uncle, Giovanni Gallardo, 12-year Major League Baseball veteran pitcher. His pitching coach right now. Learned a lot about him and the relationship he has with his uncle Giovanni.
We'll see the younger Gallardo pitch in the 6th inning, so Danny will get to show you who he is as a pitcher. I think it's fun when you talk about Giovanni Gallardo, whose major league career has come and gone, and it was a successful one, but it ended back in 2018. Milwaukee, Texas, Baltimore, Seattle. But mainly, we remember Milwaukee when you think about Giovanni Gallardo. Let me tie a little bow on it, though, and I know Perfect Gamers will be proud of this. Giovanni Gallardo had it all start back in 2003 when he went to the event in Jupiter, Florida. World with Bat Association World Championship through 94, Giovanni, and was the most valuable pitcher. So Uncle is also a PG alum.
It's a full circle moment. Again, it's a family event.
Got him to chase, a lively fastball that jumps out of the strike zone. 3-3 at the 12U PG Select Festival.
On the mound, he said Mason Diamond, Jordan Griffin, Caden Dawson, because they're all really good. Don't you love a guy who wants to face the best because he wants to be the best?
There's no doubt he starts with a talented athlete out of South Carolina. As that pitch is high, jumps out of the zone. This is Lester Harding the 5th. Chase Harding out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. He too a catcher, shortstop, right-handed pitcher. 27 grad out of Banks Trail Middle School, where he'll get started academically this year. And when you're in the Deep South, you think about the SEC, and he dreams of being a Vanderbilt star someday. Heather and Scooter are mom and dad, and he takes a little bit low.
He's got over the fence type strength, loose fast stroke. The ball can jump off the barrel.
That one's just off the plate. He plays to honor a young man by the name of Jennings Palmer. 6 years old, from his hometown, fighting leukemia not once but twice. A couple of bone marrow transplants, one from his sister Caroline. He says he has just found out he's cancer-free. I'm celebrating with this game. I'm honoring him. So, Jennings, we honor you certainly. And just know there's a man out here swinging the stick to honor you as well. And many blessings on what you've recovered from.
Something that's so near and dear to Perfect Game and our hearts is being able to give back across the country to so many different communities and so many different children who may not be able to get to a baseball diamond and play softball, play baseball, whatever it may be. And it's really amazing the hearts that these young men have at such a young age to realize the privilege they have to play this game.
Yeah, the Perfect Game Cares Foundation doing just what you said, and also helping to wage the war in what small space they can against pediatric cancer. This is Tegan Leach. He's out of Haymarket, Virginia. Leach, a talented left-handed pitcher. This is a power hitter, too, from the left side. He will play it first when you call him out to the field. When he talks about his home life, the most important folks to him are Mom, Olivia, and his grandparents, Judy and Pat Brennan. They all mean the world to him. The three that surround him and love him the most, bringing up the slugger, Sweet Tea, as he is known, Tegan Leach. I'm down with that nickname.
Oh, I love the nicknames. There's no lack of creativity here today with these 12-year-olds.
Nice job. How about that behind the plate? Fires it down. Good aggressive base running by Chase, but I don't want to move too far past the form that Lane just showed. Nice job blocking this one up. He didn't get his intended target, certainly, but everything was done right.
Let's check this out one more time. Wow, look at that. Able to jump up the pop time as well. I don't have a stopwatch on me, but I know that looked good.
Hit on the ground, middle of the diamond, into center field. It's a base hit. Hustling on around and scoring is Harding. 4-3 the score now. The East squad back on top. Tegan Leach is rewarded for not trying to pull the baseball just past a diving attempt by Dylan Stewart.
He keeps it simple. That's what you got to do here. He gives his team the lead. Both of these teams are just hyped up right now. All the guys coming out of the dugout to welcome home their guy, but nice piece of hitting there from Leach, who, by the way, is a Mookie Betts fan. I'm sure Mookie Betts would appreciate that kind of hitting right there.
I'm sure he would. Cuddy. Your turn, Cuddy. William Cutshaw. Out of Covington, Georgia. East Cobb Astros. Oh, what a breaking ball that is. Bear, I like that hammer. The bottom falls out of that one. I'm going to tell you what Bear said about his pitches in a moment. As the 0-1, another good breaking ball. So here's what he said. Self-scouting report from Bear. As we show you the breaking ball, listen to his words. I have good command of my fastball and breaking ball that have worked well for me this summer, as well as an occasional sinker, wait for it, and knuckleball. That is a good two-seam fastball. He snuck right on by him. You know why he got that strikeout? Because he threw the breaking ball for a strike early.
He told me that being a catcher helps him be a better pitcher, right? That makes complete sense. He has that advantage. And on the mound right now, he absolutely continues to dominate.
I wish again I was in Michigan, and I would visit Carson Liedl if I went up to Monroe, Michigan. He plays for the famed Motor City Hits Dog travel team. Yeah, check this out. I mean, he's turning it loose so hard the hat fall out. Ranging across, looking for two. Got it in time. What a job turning it loose, and turning it loose accurately from that shortstop position. Seward made the play. He fired on over to Acuna, who was Johnny on the spot standing on top of the bag. Carson Liedl, the Michigander, hit it hard, but the defense was there on the other side for the West. What a beautiful day, and we're trying to keep the weather from visiting for now here in Atlanta, Georgia, just north of Atlanta at the Top Chops East Cobb Complex, known by many as the birthplace of travel baseball. And we get a chance to see the New Yorker go back to work. Tyler Durkin, who takes the rock, and he rolls just a little bit more. By the way, his travel coach for the Taconic Rangers is Dad, Tim Durkin. Laney is his mom. He's a dad's side of family, all played baseball, so he's been around it for a long, long time. Back out to California for another talented athlete. Hello, Angel Acuna out of La Mirada, California. MVP hustle. His travel team, he dreams of going to UCLA. And he takes a sinker a little bit low. 1-0 the count as we move along. 4-3 game, bottom of the third.
No relation as far as we know to Ronald Acuna Jr., a fan favorite of the Braves and their fans.
That's a heads-up play, by the way. The Braves fans would have loved that play if any of their favorite made it. Kind of slowed the game down, did Durkin. He has the runner coming his way. Could have maybe tracked it foul if he wanted to. And that was the breaking ball that was fouled back a moment ago, but just did a nice job. Dylan Seward fouls that one off. By the way, to finish your thought on Acuna as he heads back to the dugout, we don't think he's any relation to Ronald Acuna, though he does have an older brother, Ronaldo
That's
Acuna.
right.
It'll throw you off just a little bit as he gets a swing and a miss. Dylan Seward chases a fastball high out of East Vale, California. We saw him playing short last inning. He'll catch. He's a right-handed pitcher as well. ZT Elite, his travel team. It's a lively fastball, not boring at all. Late life at the plate, gets a swing and a miss.
Let's take another look at this. So tall on the mound, by the way, dominating with that height, as you can see, working quickly for his team.
McIntyre slashes that one to the right side. Meet Will McIntyre. Willie, out of Boyd, Texas. Mike Colangelo, his travel coach, former Angel. Sticks Baseball Club. He also has played for Stars Baseball. And Willie is the son of Laura and Brad.
I hear it's his birthday today. So happy birthday to him.
That's good news right there. When you have the flow, the hat will go at times.
A lot of these kids have the flow, let me tell you. They're not messing around with their hair.
Happy birthday, dear Willie. Happy birthday to you.
It's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Just went to the end of the song as that two-seamer sails in. Dad played college baseball. When talking about Will, this is an A-B student. He is an honor roll student in the classroom. Right back to Durkin. Knocks it down. Can he recover in time? Tries the glove flip, and it's not in time.
What an effort, though. Loses the hat again. Doesn't try to do too much. Bring the ball back into his hand. He just keeps it in the glove. Check this out one more time. It's athletic play. Good reaction. He knows the speed. As McIntyre gets down the line, he's hustling for his team.
Aiden DeLeon is out of Victoria, Texas. He'll play just about anywhere you need him on the diamond as he loads that back leg. Hitterish approach behind those shades. Cade Middle School, a rising 7th grader, plays for the Texas Banditos program, 12U Black program. Sue and Abel are mom and dad as he lashes that one foul.
We like to emphasize multi-sport athletes. Aiden plays soccer, basketball, football, and baseball. That's impressive. And he's a student on top of that.
A good one.
And a kid.
NJAHS kid. For you youngsters, you know that's the National Junior Honor Society. Well, we talked earlier about Craven throwing his slider, but this is a classic curveball. And it's a good one. I mean, it really is a good one for Durkin. Good touch and feel on that pitch. Has a 12-6 downward break to it. Aiden takes a fastball just a little bit off the plate and up.
McIntyre takes second. He wants to even this score. He's going to try to do it himself for the West team.
Good looking changeup, and a man who fields his position as well. Hard to stay back on that one. The PG 12U Select Festival just outside of Atlanta.
And we'll be joined by Lou Collier in just a moment as that ball gets away. Let's bring in Lou Collier, coach for the East team, Major League veteran. Lou, thanks for joining us down on the field. Already a great game, Lou. What are you seeing from your end down there?
Oh, it's exciting. I love when guys go up there ready to hit. I think it's 9 runs in the first 2 innings, so exciting game so far.
So interesting, Lou, your give back to youth and amateur baseball has always been there. Despite playing in the major leagues for a long time, what pulled you, despite being a parent, but what pulled you to want to give back so much to youth and amateur baseball?
I love being around the kids. I love seeing them smile when they're learning things, and this is really my passion. If it wasn't for Major League Baseball, I think I would have been a youth coach all my life.
Have you enjoyed the teaching piece this year? And where are we at the 12U age group as it pertains to baseball in comparison to, let's say, when you and I were younger at the 12U level? And what hand has Perfect Game played in it?
Wow, this is super advanced. I was just talking about it to one of the coaches today. You know, back when I played, we probably played 12 Little League games. You know, I heard a kid say they played 100 games this summer, and I was blown away. But the talent level is tremendous. I'm seeing some really good ball players. I'm seeing some guys that really have a good chance to play this game for a long time.
Thanks so much, Lou. We really appreciate your time. Have fun down there. We know you always do with the team.
Yes. Thank you.
By the way, Jeb Craven took a walk. He's over at first base now. We see Tyler Durkin at the plate. We just saw him on the mound. Now he'll get a chance to hit. He stands 6'1". We mentioned the height out of Poughkeepsie, New York. as he rips that pitch back from Logan Schmidt. Darren mentioned Schmidt comes from an athletic family. His mom, Jessica, played softball at UCLA, and I talked to Logan about his mom because we don't always give moms enough love. His mom throws BP, Darren. She is the BP thrower for him, and she throws the best BP. We saw her last night at our awards banquet, and she was in the background standing proud with the camera, but she's the BP thrower.
No, she is. She's accurate. UCLA, one of the great programs historically that gets mentioned all the time, especially when his mom was playing. And proud of Mom, proud of who she is as a leader. Great student, too.
Behind the plate for Schmidt is Jaworski Lane, as Schmidt checks on Craven at first. That's his second time throwing back over there. He's keeping a tight eye. That pitch misses high.
You can see the depth to that breaking ball. His arm was just a little below it that time, creating a side-to-side sweep, but a little bit more tilt there, and that's going to be a big, effective pitch.
Durkin worked the count full. He hits that ball on the ground. They go for one, unable to get two, but Noah Everly and Dylan Seward connect for an out at second base for one down. Let's take another look at this.
Seward very comfortable around the bag at second, and obviously the speed was not going to turn it into a double play because of this, but just so comfortable. Seward around the bag, and Durkin streaking up the line, reaching easily on a fielder's choice.
One down here, that brings up Gavin Lang, who swings through strike one. Lang from Collinsville, Alabama, a great utility player for Collinsville High School 7th grade. Plays for RBI Scout, that's his travel team. And a check on Durkin at first. The son of Reggie and Holly Lang. Jaworski Lane, we saw him earlier. He's great defensively behind the plate, keeping that ball in front of him, keeping that runner at first base. He's also a guy, Darren, that I think a lot of his teammates are drawn to. A lot of guys are kind of paying close attention when he's speaking and kind of always wondering, where's Jaworski at? That's the kind of guy I want to be friends with.
Yeah, relationally, I think you learn to be invited to events like this because you're no longer the best player. And you may be the best player where you come from, but they're all the best players here. That's that breaking ball we talked about earlier, by the way, the good one. We talked about maybe raising that arm angle just a little bit, just enough to get some good tilt and command. You're thinking fastball up and away, you swing, commit to that pitch, and it's down and in, head towards that back foot. That's an outstanding pitch from Schmidt.
Two down, and Andrew Bennett steps in. Bennett from Mobile, Alabama. Plays for the WFBA Hammerheads 12U. And is the son of Thomas and Karen, his sibling Alex. As Schmidt checks on Durkin one more time at first. Durkin's not going too far from that bag. What a pitch there from Schmidt. Gets the call, gets the strike. He's looking good so far, Darren.
80 miles an hour, too. And when you're reaching back, getting that kind of velocity, that's elite at this age group. He has shown a couple of pitches. 2-1 to Durkin at 80 miles an hour. The pitch to 2-2.
Ripped back off Bennett's bat.
You folks know it, right? Baseball fans, if it comes right back to the screen on a line, you just missed it. And he looked good. Everything was right about that approach. Just a little bit off the mark. See if he goes back to that sweeping breaking ball. Again, he hasn't had the consistency he wants, but boy, after good fastball, that may be a really effective pitch.
Steps off. Bennett, by the way, his father, Thomas, served in the military for 10 years. We want to thank him for his service. Durkin's taking off with the pitch. Stand up into second base. No throw down from Lane. But now he's in scoring position for his team. The East leading by 1 in the top of the third.
Bennett's been having fun this year watching Shohei Ohtani play all over the place. That's his favorite guy. That name's popping up on a lot of the conversations we have with the youngsters.
For obvious reasons. Wow, what a pitch there from Logan Schmidt. Another strikeout for him. He keeps East off the board, but they still lead 4-3 here at the 12U SelectFest.
All the way through is what can you do to make yourself better, and actually what can you do to make someone else better. At the end of the day, if you can answer those two questions, you're going to be a good ball player, you're going to be a good student, you're going to be a good human being. And these kids at baseball locates, there's going to be a lot of stuff that happens in negativity in this game. You got to be able to go past it, learn from it, and be a better person. And that hit home to me. And this is from the guy that speaks around the world to presidents and world leaders. And at that convention, and I just associated with that with baseball of learning, going through your slumps and learning from them, and that's how you progress. You know, from the major leaguers, if you don't learn from your mistakes and you can't hit a breaking ball and you don't make adjustment, it's going to be hard to be able to go any further. And these kids are such a good talent this age. I mean, I'm teaching them like they're major leaguers, and they're so receptive. It's unbelievable.
Tegan Leach is on the mound. Lash Henderson has a bat in his hands. Ryan, how much did you learn at this age, and how much more of a benefit do these young athletes have to be a part of something like this? I remember you, a SoCal guy, going through Westminster High School, but when you were, kind of junior high age, it seems like these young men are really able to learn a ton quickly.
Yeah, obviously the nutrition's better at this age, the workouts, the instruction of, more travel ball. When I was in California, I guess it's kind of early stages of so-called travel ball, and these kids are playing more baseball around. They're getting better instruction. They're going to hitting academies. They're going to college. Man, it's just amazing how much much good instruction they can get, and that's very important. Like I say, I tell them that you go out there and you can take a bad golf swing all day long or a bad baseball swing all day long, but if you can't get the mechanical thing right, it's just going to be a bad swing. So instruction is very important at early age, especially in mechanics of throwing and hitting.
Hey, Ryan, we really appreciate your time so much. Have fun down there.
Thank you.
By the way, Dee, how about this?
Yeah, Ryan Klesko hitting some dingers here, putting on a show before the home run derby. Yeah, he was hitting them out. He was breaking branches all day long here at the Top Chops complex. He had fun, to say the very least. Tegan Leach on the mound, as Darren said. Lash Henderson at the plate. And Henderson was out, so now Dravorsky Lane steps in. He had a strikeout. Leach, by the way, looked good in that first at-bat while we were talking to Ryan Klesko. I had a chance to talk to him yesterday, Darren, catch up a little bit. He told me he throws fastball, curve, change, slider. Newest pitch is the changeup. That's his favorite as well, and he's a Max Scherzer fan. I told you he likes Mookie Betts when it comes to the plate. He likes Max Scherzer when it comes to the mound.
Sweet Tea, man, Sweet Tea. My favorite nickname of this event. Now that was a breaking ball, folks. We talk about depth and tilt, having it at the right delivery, getting the foot down, everything in tune for this pitch. That is next level stuff from Leach there.
We mentioned his mom, Olivia. That ball is ripped foul. One of the most important people in his life. He told us that she inspires him, helps him. Moms are some of the most important people when it comes to, I think, succeeding in sports and finding success. Lane hanging with it. Another pitch fouled back. Dravorsky is junior. His dad, Dravorsky, senior. That ball misses high. He works the count full.
His dad has a great background. Former Texas A&M running back. Played in the NFL for a little bit for the Dolphins and the Buccaneers. Uncle played in the NFL for the Houston Texans. Another tight end for the Packers. A cousin played for the Saints. There are great genes for this young man as it pertains to his athleticism.
Another pitch fouled back. So these two battling back and forth right now. The count is full. East leads the West 4-3 in the bottom of the third. And Lane works the walk, his patience paying off at the plate.
Had some wicked swings, and you saw him fouled them back. This, an off-speed pitch that never got there, stayed high. And you think about being a hitter in this event and the patience to not take an attack on that, but he's been on twice, a single, and now the walk.
And we saw what he could do on the base paths, by the way, causing chaos. Let's see what he does here, taking a couple bags to help his team get back in this. Noah Everly steps in. He takes that ball high. Mason Diamond behind the plate working with Tegan Leach.
Tell her he's running right now. He's going to run right now.
And there he goes, off. And he'll just continue to steal bags. This guy is unreal.
Listen, by the way, you know, obviously it's an intimate complex, but listen, he's going now. You heard the coach say, here he goes. The throw, obviously. No coverage on the bag there. That went a little bit sideways. Fuller not covering the bag. I still don't think you throw him out, so he's got 3 stolen bases.
a big stage, and he's taking advantage of it right now. So he's on third base. Everly has a 2-1 count.
You know, it's shot from the center field camera. Just so much fun to see all the families and those that are at this complex that have come over from other events, other games, other showcases to watch these young athletes. It's intimate, there's no doubt. But this complex is kind of the Wrigley Field or Fenway Park or Dodger Stadium of amateur and travel baseball. And you can feel it when you walk in. The pines as they surround it, the brick, and the original setup of this East Cobb complex. It's beautiful.
And the pitch and the strikeout of Everly. So Tegan Leach able to reach back and get that.
So in the big leagues, they talk about spin rate on fastball. If we were breaking it down here, I guarantee you that'd be a high spin rate for his age group. Not too concerned about this at this age group, though. But again, that elevating fastball, tough to keep up with.
2 strikeouts for Leach as he faces Logan Schmidt. We saw him on the mound. We talked a little bit about his mom, Jessica, the best BP thrower he knows. She played softball at UCLA.
Everything's lively. That's what we're talking about from Leach. This is really good stuff, and it's easy. He's got a big, strong frame, and he's utilizing it. Everything mechanically is smooth. Gets that foot down. This is a talented pitcher. And a try again, Danny, of a steal of home. There it is.
Javorsky Lane, are you kidding me right now? This guy's taking him any place he can get him. Take one more look at this guy. Ties the game up with that steal of home. Wow. Helmet flies off. Javorsky Lane. Speed kills today.
Hey, by the way, did we tell you folks that Javorsky Lane's a catcher? A catcher? Should learn not to break down video and talk analysis with Lane on the base pads.
That clears the bases now for Logan Schmidt. 2 down, and he works the count to even.
Think about this, folks. If you love baseball, how many times have you seen your favorite team have 2 legitimate steals of home in the same game? Now, the aggression, the bases, it'll get a little bigger, that will go away, but how much fun to be playing like this at that age?
It's got to be a Sports Center top 10. Javorsky Lane ties the game up in the bottom of the 3rd. Firing his team up. They've got to be proud of him for that. Also, he's got a huge fan club here wearing Lane t-shirts as Schmidt ropes that ball into center field for a base hit. Keeps his team batting. Wow. Great piece of hitting by him.
How do you have a 2-for-2 day? This is how you do it. Keep your swing level, make contact to the baseball, use the big part of the ballpark. Logan Schmidt has a couple of hits. He's got an RBI as well.
Bear Calvo steps in and takes a ball. We've seen Bear on the mound. He'll be behind the plate as well.
Nice easy delivery on that breaking ball that got the outside corner. A couple of more years at this age group.
And Schmidt has a delayed steal. He'll slide in safely. These guys really showing off the wheels today, Darren.
5 stolen bases all total for this West team. 5 total for the West team. The East squad has a couple in response. They each have a steal of home.
Bear rips that ball back On to another field. Free souvenir for one of the family members here. So many family members out here today. So many siblings. I love watching all these guys come out here to support these young men. Speaking of, Bear shared with me that another important person in his life, not here, his grandma, Donnell, who loves to watch him play. He told me that she is so important to him. And Leach gets the strikeout. So 3 strikeouts for him. The game is tied 4-4 here as we move into the 4th. Welcome back to the 12U Perfect Game Select Festival. These 3 young men have gone above and beyond the top fundraisers for PG Cares Grow the Game. That would be Logan Schmidt, Lash Henderson, and Dylan Seward. These 3 guys able to raise the 3 top amounts, Darren, at the 12U Select Fest. You can check out here those numbers that they raised. The West squad raising more than $23,000. East, almost $12,000 combined, $34,922 for PG Cares Grow the Game fundraising. And that involves parents, that involves siblings, everyone in your extended family reaching out to all that you know and asking you to help out. And that's the beautiful part of this game, is that it goes beyond the field, Darren, and we're able to give back to communities and to children all across the country who are so deserving of it.
Good stuff, and sizable donations, by the way, made by PG alum George Springer and Trevor Story over the last month or so, and kind of turning heads of a lot of youngsters out there as they fundraise, kind of take what they can and to give back to the game, those who might not otherwise be able to play, get in those underserved communities, help where you can, and also fight the fight with pediatric cancer.
It's so special because you see a big leaguer doing something like that, taking the time out to give back, making that a priority, and you see to yourself as a 12-year-old, okay, that should be a priority for me too. I want to be just like them. Setting a good example, that's what these big leaguers are able to do. As I said, we're tied here in the 4th, and we're going to introduce you to the man on the mound. That's William McIntyre, the birthday boy out of Boyd, Texas. His self-scouting report. He said he's got good velo, able to mix it with a good curveball. That's what he told us about himself as he faces the top of the lineup, Jordan Griffin, who steps in. Griffin got things started for the East squad early in the game, back in the 1st inning. Speed kills for him as well. Don't let his height fool you. This guy's got pop. You can hear his teammates cheering him on. I think he means a lot to this team. He's another one of those guys that his teammates like to pay extra close attention to. He's a leader. That ball comes in for a strike.
Are you watching this, folks, like I am? I mean, are you seeing the natural movement and the sink from McIntyre? That's that, at a young age, it's just happening naturally.
And Griffin will work the walk.
And if you think about it, Danny and folks at home, that's what you want. You want that natural movement of the fastball. Now the next step for him will be trying to corral it. I mean, look, I watched Brandon Webb years ago pitch in the major leagues, and he, on certain days, couldn't control that movement. This is a gift, this movement. Just controlling it is the challenge.
That pitch fouled back off the bat of Emmanuel Beltre. This guy never walks around without a smile on his face. I say that a lot, but I genuinely mean that. As McIntyre checks on the runner, Griffin, at first. He's helped us out to translate. He's helped us out in so many different areas this week. Another check of Griffin. And these guys are all best friends, by the way. They have a group chat going. They spend so much time together throughout this week. And so the fact, I love watching McIntyre check on him. Griffin takes off because you know when this game is over, they're going to be talking about it all night long.
This one had no sink to it because he rushed to the plate. You see how much he looked like a catcher short-arming that ball? The elbow really didn't have that big arm circle, and so he fired it kind of like a catcher, throwing it to second base. That one actually may have traveled all the way from home to second base.
A quick meeting. Bear Calvo comes out. Javorsky Lane comes over. We saw Lane behind the plate earlier. Now he's at third. Bear Calvo behind the plate. Jordan Griffin on second base. And a good comeback pitch from McIntyre.
Beltre dropped the back shoulder there. He was trying to leave. It was no doubt what he was trying to do. Back shoulder down, trying to create some launch angle that time.
Beltre, a Mets fan, as Griffin takes off. And he's going to slide in safely. It's going to be a balk, though. The umpire called a balk here. So Griffin stays at third base. As I said, Beltre, a Mets fan, a Francisco Lindor fan, but McIntyre able to get the strikeout.
And again, he's able to get the strikeout because he found that movement. He found some composure, not rushing to the plate. And then Manuel, I think, will tell you, I was trying to do some huge damage there, a couple of huge uppercut swings.
Cole Crawford will wear that one. He'll head over to first base. Let's see that one more time. That happened pretty quickly.
And that hurts. I think what you're most fortunate if you're Crawford, and doesn't make it feel any better tomorrow when it bruises, is it looked like it was up above the knee. But that hurts. There's no doubt about it. Get up there and that, it looked like it was just above the knee in the quad area. Maybe barking at him already.
Take one more look at where this ball got him. Have some seams, I'm sure, on that thigh. And Crawford's an athletic kid. We haven't even talked about the fact that he is a two-time Georgia Wrestling State Champion. He was the 6th grade Georgia Football Player of the Year. He's a really athletic kid. So he'll shake that one off. Runners on the corners for Caden Dawson, the Player of the Year. As McIntyre checks on first.
I love you mentioned wrestling. I think it's incredible to have an athlete. A lot of times you don't put together baseball and wrestling. You'll be baseball, basketball, football. Think about the body control. Think about the work on the core and how much that helps you.
The conditioning as well. That was a huge part of it. So Crawford takes second base. Runners on second and third.
I liken it at times to a female athlete who will take on gymnastics and then maybe move into soccer and or softball. I mean, the way you've learned at a younger age to command the center of your body and to gain that strength, so helpful in baseball.
It's so impressive, the fact that he can juggle all of those sports and find a way to help use them and help all of his other sports grow. A 2-0 count to Dawson. He's our hometown kid as well. Player of the Year, advanced at the plate, hit .625 with 6 homers at the 12U World Series. That ball's hit on the ground to the left side, scooped up, and the play at first base, Dylan Seward making that play. And here's Dawson last night, all smiles from the Player of the Year with Flash Gordon accepting his award.
If any of you didn't doubt that they had that 12U look, if that wasn't a 12U look, a beautiful smile with those braces straightening those teeth, the blonde hair flowing. Underneath this equipment, and you see them play the game and how strong they are, but that right there showed 12U all over it. I love that. Great stuff.
I ran into Caden Dawson's grandparents, his dad's parents, on the way in today, Darren, and his grandma was shedding a tear. They know how hard he's worked to earn Player of the Year. Chase Fuller steps in, one of the home run derby participants. We know he's pretty dangerous with the bat. He steps in with a runner on third and 2 down in the top of the 4th. That's a pitch there from McIntyre. Doesn't get the call.
A couple of good breaking balls back to back where, again, the arm just doesn't catch up with the body. You could see the downward tilt. They stay in. And just slowing everything down on the mound. I can imagine at this age how much my heart would be racing out there.
Fuller told me yesterday, Darren, that he's a team guy. He's proud of his arm strength and his discipline at the plate. He told me he doesn't chase. He waits for his pitch. The 3-0 pitch. He's swinging. He had the green light. That's a strike from McIntyre.
I love this. I love a 3-0 green light. It's an all-star game, folks. 3-0 green light. You had better turn it loose. This is one of the most dangerous power hitters. Oh, baby.
And that ball gets away from Calvo coming in. Play at the plate. And he'll be out at the plate. And that will end the inning. So a good play there. Let's check that out one more time. Bear Calvo making a good play, able to tag the runner out there at home. 5-4 is this game right now. We'll be right back.
The Perfect Games. The Perfect Game Select Festival on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Diamond Kinetics. Elevate your game with revolutionary swing tracker and pitch tracker technology. Diamond Kinetics. Swing smarter. Pitch better. By Rawlings, the #1 glove of pro players. Rawlings, the official baseball glove of Major League Baseball. And by Perfect Game Cares. Growing the game for America's underserved youth.
Welcome back to the Top Chops complex here in Marietta, Georgia. This is the 12U Perfect Game Select Festival. The East team leading the West team by a run here in the bottom of the 4th. Ryan Klesko, one of the head coaches of the West team. We've got Luke Collier, Flash Gordon over there on the East side as well. You can see Rico Billups, another member of the coaching staff, today here at the 12U Select Festival. Thanks for joining us. It is a beautiful Sunday. These are the best players in the country at the 12U age, and I want to introduce you to the man on the mound, Andrew Bennett. He's from Mobile, Alabama, plays for the WFBA Hammerheads 12U. And we shared earlier his dad, Thomas, a military veteran, served 10 years. Thank you so much to him for his service. His mom, Karen, and sibling, Alex. He's a Shohei Ohtani fan. Darren, you mentioned this earlier. We have seen that name tenfold since Ohtani has really just kind of dominated this season, the home run leader in Major League Baseball. He said he likes Ohtani because he throws gas, hits bombs, and no one since Babe Ruth has done that. So we'll get a chance to watch Bennett on the mound. Brendan Pyle steps in at the plate, the winner of the home run derby today.
Keep an eye on his catcher, Cole Crawford, by the way, the athletic, flexible wrestler Cole Crawford. Watch him work behind the plate.
What a pitch from Bennett. We mentioned Crawford, how athletic he is. State champ for wrestling, Georgia Football Player of the Year in 6th grade. He also plays a pretty good game of baseball, too. That ball is skied a mile high back and foul.
Hey, if you're just hanging out with us for a minute and you think about Shohei Ohtani, that's what we love about him, right? He does what these guys do. There are no pitcher-onlys at this age group. They all do it all. That's why we love Shohei, certainly in the major leagues. That's why no one else does it. But these young men at this age do it all.
They're super versatile. They love doing it as well. I mean, these guys love to play multiple positions and show off in different ways, and they do. I think that's what's so impressive. We saw Javorsky Lane, was he have 5 stolen bases? He's the backstop. And a great pitch there from Andrew Bennett. He gets the strikeout.
Don't forget, tonight at 8 Eastern, CBS Sports Network hits the dirt from Little Rock for an action-packed bull riding mowdown. Catch PBR Unleash the Beast and do so tonight at 8 Eastern.
All right, Bennett strikes out Brendan Pyle. That brings up Francisco Renteria. We saw his first at bat was a battle. And you can see Crawford behind the plate there, with his leg out. That's a style we've seen a lot more, Darren, recently. And another strike from Bennett. Renteria is from Venezuela. His mom, Marilina, his dad, Melquis, told me he's excited to represent his country of Venezuela. He's a Miguel Cabrera fan. As he ducks out of the way of that pitch.
Dad played some basketball, played it pretty darn well. He's dying, Francisco is, for Miguel to hit number 500. Said he'll celebrate with all of his countrymen.
That ball is ripped foul to the right side. A lot of long foul balls today.
A couple of metrics we've seen at recent events, PG Series events. He ran a 4.23 30, hopped on the mound and jumped up close to 70 miles an hour. Really good all-around athlete.
And Manuel Beltre helping me translate this morning our conversation, so we could share a little bit more about him. That ball getting away from Crawford.
The other thing you see at this age group sometimes is a catcher giving a sign and then saying, I want this fastball high. I mean, higher than high, but yet that fastball is in the dirt. They're still learning. That's still part of, even though they're elite, they're still coming around, getting comfortable with their bodies.
And that will be, let's check that out. He'll head over to first base, no swing. Let's take another look. He held his bat back, so Renteria will take first base. That call helped by the first base umpire.
Jason Martin's out there at first. Drew Edge is at second. Eric Nobles is at third. Natola Hawthorne, she's behind the plate.
Love seeing more women, more females behind the plate. And in the field umpiring games, we're seeing that a lot more. Jaden Estevez steps in with one down in the bottom of the 4th. It's from Whittier, California. He takes a strike from Andrew Bennett. His parents inspire him. He told us that they show him love, self-respect. Great jump there by Cole Crawford to go up and get that ball. He also said they push him to be the best version of himself.
His version's a pretty good one, by the way. He's an honors student, part of a program at Cal State LA, Verizon Innovation Program this summer.
And that ball hit on the infield and will get through for a base hit. Advancing Francisco Renteria to second base. Just drives that ball right back up the middle, doesn't try to do too much with it.
Yeah, breaking ball that got the outer half, just a short, quick approach to the baseball. Got it down off the end of the bat, didn't hit it as hard as he wants, but that dying line drive died in the perfect spot. And a nice piece of hitting by Jaden.
2 on for Zane Ho'okala in the home run derby. He's our Hawaiian, representing the state well. He's been on the mound today for us. You can see him left-handed bat. Kid's got pop, man. He crushed some in BP yesterday. He did a great job today in the home run derby. He's got a walk and an RBI so far, and an opportunity to bring in another run, even the game.
I love the first pitch that he threw him, a heck of a breaking ball. I mean, a snapdragon breaking ball for a strike. And so all of a sudden you crawl inside the hitter's head if you're able to do that. That's a great first pitch by Bennett.
Renteria has a good lead, and he'll head back to second base. Bennett checks on him. You can hear both dugouts communicating with their guys in the field and on the bases as Ho'okala takes that pitch. Bennett told us he's a Yankees fan as well, and Aroldis Chapman fan. He said he throws gas, he's dominant. Self-scouting report, strong four-seam fastball, changeup, breaking ball. Darren, we've seen a couple of those.
Yeah, the breaking ball's a really good pitch. The fastball, you can hear it pop into the catcher's mitt. It's got good late life on it. And you think about Ho'okala, and you think about the draft class for next year. Zachary 10 is at Iolani School. He's a 2022 grad. He's a pitcher.
Bennett gets the strike. That brings the count full.
Bo Sylvester's a catcher. Kamehameha schools. This is a couple of prep guys that are 2022 draft guys out of Hawaii. Both Washington commits.
And the 3-2 pitch, and he gets the strikeout. Ho'okala thought he had the walk, and Bennett gets the strikeout, the second out of the inning.
The breaking ball early, the fastball late. A little bit cut to it, and going and getting it as quickly as he could out from behind home plate and holding it there was Cole Crawford. Again, this is a gifted arm. I look forward to watching him develop in 13, 14, 15-year-old age groups.
Colton Gallardo steps in, takes ball one high. We mentioned earlier the nephew of Giovanni Gallardo, 12-year Major League veteran, all-star pitcher. But Gallardo is also a Fernando Tatis Jr. fan. Said he loves his game. Said he's a really good baseball player.
It was a cool moment last night for these athletes. About 3 weeks ago, Tatis made himself available. I was able to sit down with him. He had messages for these athletes last night at their banquet, and you can't get much better than that name in baseball talking to this age group.
That ball's chopped on the left side, making the nice play. William Cutshaw, but it's safe in time is Gallardo running down first base to load him up. That ball was chopped super high on this turf. Cutshaw doing his best.
All you can do is what you can do, right? You cut across. He took a look at second base for a moment, and you can see as he did that, his body was drifting toward the second base bag. Amazing he made such an accurate throw because second was in his mind. There was no play there, however, and good speed beating it out by Gallardo.
That was a close play, but now the bases are loaded with 2 down. That brings up Angel Acuna as he takes a ball outside. Acuna is another Shohei Ohtani fan. He said, "Ohtani makes me believe becoming a two-way player is possible."
It is at this age.
It definitely is.
Keep doing it until they tell you can't anymore. It is at this age.
Andrew Bennett on the mound for the East team, hoping to preserve the 5-4 lead.
Little things we take for granted for a catcher. We always talk about a catcher blocking. How about this, folks? How about making a play like that and keeping it from sailing to the backstop? Again, athleticism shining.
Crawford told us all those sports help him with that mental toughness. I'm sure that's coming into play now as Bennett gets another strike to even the count, 2-2.
A hitter's count breaking ball, Danny. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
He had him in a hitter's count 2-1, and he dropped a breaking ball on him.
2 down, and the 2-2 pitch from Bennett, and he gets the strikeout, preserves the lead for the East team. 5-4 they lead. Cole Crawford helping preserve that as well. Check out this strikeout one more time. Andrew Bennett gets Angel Acuna, and we head to the 5th here at the 12U Perfect Game SelectFest.
Select Festival welcoming you back. Our Rawlings Gold Glove defensive play of the game. You talk about the play of Seward at short, ranging to his left. It was off the bat of a Carson Liedl, turned into a double play. Couple of steps, accurate fire. The key is, too, getting to the bag. And a really nice job there. Bear Calvo, enjoying that double play. Rawlings, the #1 glove of pro players, the official baseball glove of Perfect Game and Major League Baseball. Danny Wexelman, Darren Sutton, glad to have you back at the Select Festival. As Noah Everly takes the rock and he rolls, a young man out of Southern California, Pasadena. George and Colleen, his parents.
And just a quick note on Dylan Seward, who you just mentioned. Logan Schmidt, his teammate, his best friend since they were like 6 years old, told us that, listen, Dylan's fast, smooth. They met in travel ball, and I asked about his height. We can see Dylan's height. He said he's just as good, still competes. That's a best friend for you.
That one catches the outside corner, gets Mason Diamond. It's a funky arm angle, as you can see. It's a lower arm angle, getting the young man out of Springfield, Georgia. And a nice job going out to get that one and framing it right around the plate. Bear Calvo is catching for the 2nd inning in a row. Here's Lester Harding, the 5th, Chase Harding. That one is off the plate. 1-0 the count to Chase. Walked and scored back in the second inning. The brother to Haley and Madeline, both sisters older at 18 and 16. As he takes a little bit low and outside. 2-0 the count.
Again, Jeremy Brown, our national cross-checker at Perfect Game, providing great insights for us, told us that Chase Harding has over-the-fence type strength, a loose, fast stroke with jump off the barrel.
He just missed it. He just missed with that over-the-fence strength. Jeremy and you providing a really good scouting report, Danny, as he sends that one to center field. That one, in the end, an easy chance for Acuna, but Acuna right up against the wall. That's just a level swing, and it created its own launch angle. That bat stayed in the zone for a long, long time. I loved watching Tegan Leach pitch. I'm excited about his future. Certainly a dangerous power hitter as he takes a sinking fastball over the inside corner for strike one. The Virginia native would love to be a Florida Gator someday if he's going to play college baseball. How about a little slider that hits the outside corner? Just like that, it's 0-2.
Leach has a .531 career PG average.
80 miles an hour. How about the whip in that arm as that one sinks and dives down and away? So you see 77, then you see a breaking ball at 65, then 80, a heavy 80 away. That one missed just inside.
You can hear the glove pop from up here in the booth.
Boy, nice job holding on to it. Calvo behind home plate. Couple of strikeouts in the inning. He's got his catcher to thank. He framed one up against Diamond, held on to one against Leach. The SelectFest at the 12U age group. Game.org, perfectgame.org/HOF, and go ahead and vote. Online fan voting now through September 1st. Top 10 players will comprise the first Hall of Fame class. 24 players on the ballot, all stars, Perfect Game players. Again, perfectgame.org/HOF. Some of the names you might recall if in fact you're into this kind of thing. How about a guy named Trout or Arenado or Greinke or Posey, Andrew McCutchen, Bryce Harper, Prince Fielder, Anthony Rizzo, Joey Votto, Machado, Upton. Chris Sale's back and healthy. He's a PG alum. He's on that. Go check it out. Perfectgame.org/HOF. Excited about the inaugural class, and certainly a great journey back to travel baseball. Gavin Lang takes the rock and he rolls, the young right-hander out of Collinsville, Alabama, who skips it in there. 1-0 the count. In those red uniforms, the East squad, the West in those black uniforms. Lang, as he pitches, works with his battery mate in Cole Crawford, and he deals with Dylan Seward.
Well, I'm excited to see Crawford behind the plate again. He's a magician back there, but I'm excited to see Seward step back in. We mentioned earlier defensive play of the game. He stands 5'3", and I told you his best friend Logan Schmidt said that doesn't matter. He competes. He's meant to be here. He's smooth. He has so many great skills, and those two have been friends for a really long time. And I wanted to make sure I asked Logan about him. And by the way, I did say this yesterday, best drip here at the event by far.
I'm told that's good. For those of you that are closer to my age, I'm told having good drip is a good thing. Obviously for me and many on our production team, that's a good cup of coffee. But that's your look, your gear, right? Everything you've got.
It's your personality.
Your personality.
Yeah. You get to show off in different ways. Sometimes it's tough, right? These uniforms are amazing. By the way, I love these uniforms that we have here at this event. They look so good. They're drippy, but Dylan Seward's rocking a nice, beautiful chain.
And he's rocking a beautiful swing as he lines that one into right field for a base hit. It's not an easy thing to do when you get a pitch up in the zone to get the hands up and create that kind of bat speed to turn it around, but he did. This pitch is up. Foot down, hips through the zone, quick swing, and again, a pitch that's up above about letter high to create that kind of bat speed. That's exactly what he did. Birthday boy, Willie Mack, takes his opportunity, the Boyd, Texas native. I'm sure Braden, his older brother, and his younger sister, Emery, have gotten him amazing gifts. If they haven't, here's your reminder. It's your brother's birthday.
An amazing gift would probably be a team win here.
I'd still want something else.
An extra gift?
Absolutely. I mean, that'd be awesome. I get where you're going, but maybe something else.
Maybe some fruit, an apple?
No, not at all.
You're a healthy guy. I don't know.
1-0 the count to Willie Mack. 2-0 the count. We're always keeping an eye on all base runners. Jaworski Lane on his own has 4 stolen bases. The team as a whole has 5. This West squad. Good looking breaking ball, gets a call of a strike from behind home plate. Gavin Lang working. He is the son of Holly and Reggie Lang, and he is the only child in their home. Played travel basketball and has played basketball well. Will snap throw, diving back in plenty of time. But also, Lane playing football. 5-time DeKalb County champions in basketball. So he's done a lot of winning at a lot of sports as the man on the mound. Runner goes, head first slide. He swiped it. 6 stolen bases for the West squad.
Let's check this out. We knew we had to be careful with Seward on the base paths. No throw down from Crawford. Slides in safely there. So runner in scoring position now.
And check that, by the way. Miscount on my part. That's ball 4. So love to give him a stolen base. It was pretty. Couple of runners on and a look just in case, trying to sneak back in. Here's Aiden De Leon.
He made it look good though, didn't he?
He did. It was pretty.
Yeah.
Aiden loads up that back leg, wags the bat behind his helmet. A couple of times trying to sneak in. Billy Cutshaw trying to tumble in, if you will. Off speed.
De Leon, I'm sorry, Darren. De Leon has 12 doubles. This year, 18 stolen bags. It's a good athlete. Seward's just taunting at this point. He's having fun out there.
Fires it down and diving in. Good aggressive first step. That went into the dirt, and you said, yes, taunting, but also being aggressive.
And it paid off. Both runners advanced.
Yeah, good point, Danny. The trail by McIntyre is a key mention. With this team down by a run as that one is low and inside from Lang. You talked about those good-looking uniforms. I, too, like them. I think the kids love them. We want to thank the great partners with Augusta, who helped to design and put together these, as Danny calls them, uniforms with drip. Thank you, Augusta. Well done. Bouncing ball up and over the head and into left field. It's a base hit. That ties this ball game back up at 5. De Leon lets it travel deep into his stance and pounds it onto the turf and earns himself an RBI. There's your reward for staying back. Runners on first and third. Lash Henderson out of Frisco, Texas. A talented center fielder. His school, Jesuit. ZT Elite, his travel team. And he is the son of Michael and Tracy. Dad played football at SMU. Dad's now a Big 12 football official. Grandpa played college baseball. A little delayed steal and a stolen base by De Leon.
And Darren, yesterday we saw Lash, as you check out this steal one more time. Good heads-up base running to put both runners in scoring position. We saw Lash yesterday and we said, hey, what's the deal with your first name? It's unique. We got to know. He said, well, my dad was a fan of Lash LaRue. I had to look up Lash LaRue, star of 40s Western films. And his dad named him after Lash LaRue.
That one is outside. Lash LaRue, so if you're thinking the kind of star, think Gene Autry, but even a little bit prior to that. I know we've eliminated almost all of our audience by those mentions. As that one is a strike over the outside to Lash.
I'm going to let you go on about that.
Right, because it's more my age group. Yeah. Right, I understand. 40s heroes that are great singers. It turned into a comic book as well. So that one boxed out front. Not the way you teach it, but you know what? It was very effective in the end. Keeping it with him. Cole Crawford. 5-5 our score. And no matter the score, because this is an all-star game, if you will, the Select Festival, we'll play 7 full innings. So everybody gets a chance to pitch and work things out. Right now we might have to.
I love watching Cole Crawford behind the plate, by the way, as that ball does get by him but comes right back. I mean, he's so dynamic. He's so fast. Doing his best back there to keep this game even. Looks like Flash Gordon's going to come out.
Words of encouragement for his man in the middle of the diamond. You know, when we were talking with Lang about what he may want to do as he gets a little bit older, he said, I'd love to be a part of the program with the Alabama Crimson Tide. That's his dream college. And like all players out here, not only does he pitch, but he plays short, he plays third, first base, and plays in the outfield. And this is his chance to work. He's played third base in the second and third inning, and he'll play third base again in the 7th inning.
Watch out, look who's up.
Jorvorsky Lane. Junior with a big opportunity, and the bases loaded with nobody out as he takes a good-looking fastball, but it's low. 1-0 the count.
I think if you could steal first base, he would.
He may find a way, even though they're all full ahead of him. Pretty good pitch, gets the outside corner. 1-1 the count on Lane, the young man out of Fort Worth, Texas.
He's got 24 extra base hits, 78 runs scored with 74 stolen bases in 2021. Wow. Can hear the coaches giving some words of wisdom.
Just a little bit low. Late jump, that fastball at the plate in the upper 70s. And a nice job trying to steal a strike back there by Crawford. Bases full, 5-5 game. A 2-1 breaking ball, and it's 3-1.
Lane's been pretty dynamic today, behind the plate, at the dish, showing the patience. the speed, all the tools. He's shown all the tools today.
A late call of a strike on the outside corner. He'll grab that weapon back and go back to work with a full count. A little bit of an extension of that corner. Simple call there. Throw me a fastball. Put down the 1. Here it comes. And we'll do it again. Danny Wexelman and Darren Sutton, glad to have you with us at the Top Chops East Cobb Complex in Marietta, Georgia. About 25 minutes north of Atlanta. And just a few minutes away from where the Braves play their home games. That one off the plate. That is an RBI. That's the 3rd time this young man's been on today. It's his first RBI. He's already plated a couple of runs. Pitching guru Flash Gordon taking it in.
West takes the lead here.
Here's Noah Everly. Noah doubled and scored back in the 1st inning, struck out in the 3rd.
He's a Tim Anderson fan. We saw what Tim Anderson was able to do that Field of Dreams game. White Sox and Yankees. Electric with his bat. Everly's 1 for 2 today with a double.
Breaking ball hits the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Pulled that one a little bit off the plate outside. 2 balls and 1 strike the count.
Looks like the clouds have parted a little bit here, Darren. The sun is shining.
Breaking ball again in a hitter's count. With the sun shining down, the count is now 2-2. There's been talk of weather since yesterday. So far, so good for these young athletes. You were hoping they could see this event through to the very end.
I did my rain dance this morning, did you? I did my part.
2-2 the count. Got him with a breaking ball, a hammer. That's a gutsy pitch right there. 2-1 breaking ball, 2-2 breaking ball, went a little further out. Watch how tall he stays to get on top of this pitch.
That's a great job coming back there from Gavin Lang.
Logan Schmidt from the left side wags that bat, takes a breaking ball, puts it on the ground, hustling off the mound. That one skips foul just past the line. And so we'll do it again.
Schmidt hit .493 with 6 home runs this year. He's a Mike Trout fan. He said Trout does a lot in Newport Beach to raise money for charities. He's a good teammate to everyone, encourages them. I know that's important to Logan as well.
Logan on the ground out towards second. Fielding firing and in time for the out. He drove in a run. The play right out in front of him, and the play was made by Cutshaw as he fired it on over to the first baseman Tegan Leach. But another run crosses the plate. Productive out here on the ground ball to the right side.
And that's how you scratch him across any way that you can. No lead is safe here at the 12U SelectFest. You need as many runs as you can. The bats are hot. It's hot outside. The music's hot. It's good stuff, Darren.
The music is hot. I'm told there's a lot of drip with this music.
We wouldn't say that. And I don't think about the music.
I wouldn't know how hot it is outside because I'm in an amazingly air-conditioned broadcast booth, but the kids are warm for sure. He tries to throw that breaking ball again as he skips it in there. 1-0 the count to Carson Bear Calvo. We were talking about Carson earlier. We saw him pitch. We saw him show some good stuff. We've seen him catch in this game. He dreams of Stanford, Vanderbilt, or USC, does Calvo, and he drives that one toward right field, toward the wall, gone! A big bear blast for Calvo.
Wow, Bear Calvo doesn't try to do too much, goes oppo with it. A little baby bat flip as well. Gives his team a nice little lead representing the West. Fullerton, California will be proud of him.
Lang will come out, play some defense. He'll continue to hit. Again, these athletes play multiple positions. That's the fun of being this age. Look forward to seeing him come back out and work, seeing him hit. But we get an opportunity now to get to know a brand new arm on the mound. We'll tell you all about him when we come back. Oh, baby. Fullerton, California. I think it just landed out there. Ha ha. Yeah. 10-5 the score. The West is best at this point, but again, this has been an explosive game offensively. We just had our first home run, a 3-run blast off the bat of SoCal's very own Barrett Calvo. So we go from Southern California to the beautiful state of Michigan. We go to Monroe, Michigan, where Carson Liedl takes the rock and he rolls. The pitcher, center fielder, and third baseman. Plays his travel ball for Tony Leonard's Motor City Hit Dogs. And his dream is to wear that maize and gold and to go to the University of Michigan someday. He was a part of the PG World Series, had a wonderful experience. His mom is Susie. His dad is Ben. Liedl takes the rock and goes to work.
You'll love this. He's a Padres fan, a Fernando Tatis Jr. fan. He said, Tatis is so electric when he plays the game. I love watching him because he never lets off the gas, whether they're winning by a lot or losing by a lot.
Look at his catcher set up down low in that stance. We've seen the athleticism of Crawford. Brendan Pyle, who was the home run challenge winner before the game. And that beautiful hardware to travel back to St. Peters, Missouri. There's a leg kick there, isn't there? And it's driven. Deep left center field to the wall. High off that wall, and it kicks free. Racing on around is Pyle. He heads to third. They'll make him make the throw to the plate. Here he comes with the slide. And inside the park, homer for Pyle.
Do you think he was inspired by Bear Calvo a little bit there, or maybe because he's the home run derby champ?
Inspired for sure. Took a great swing, just missed knocking it out of here. That is a massive leg kick. You look, Jeff Craven, this is all you can do for this one, because it took a funky bounce high off that wall. Bang, it's gone. And now Jeff had to chase it down.
He had 4 home runs at the 12U World Series and continues the trend for himself. Coming home. We love to see it.
11-5 the score, the West squad. Another Western slugger, Francisco Renteria. Overthrew a breaking ball, stayed high.
Spoke with Francisco this morning with the help of Emmanuel Beltre translating for me. And Renteria told us that he wants us to learn that he's got a good attitude, he's always happy, and he stays positive. I love to know from these young men, what do you want me to learn about you? I haven't seen you play. What do you want me to know about you?
I think one of the greatest parts of an event like this being in our chair, which is, storytelling, whether it be through this live broadcast or through social media, radio interviews. I think it's just the time that the young athletes are around the hotel at a team meal where we get to be a fly on the wall, and they pop by and do their introductions through our media team led by Steve Banta. It's fun to be around them in that setting. And it's one thing to see them at the ballpark, but they're kind of working when they're at the ballpark. The ballpark's their office.
Yes.
And so to see them when they're away from their office, if you will, is most fun. Good at bat by Renteria, by the way. He's been on 3 times, hit by a pitch, walked a couple of times.
I told you this morning was loose at breakfast. The conversation was, where in the world is the best slice of pizza? I chimed in, of course, New York. Bear Calvo was pretty high on Chicago deep dish, by the way. California kid.
Okay. I mean, come on, Bear. Step up for a California pizza spot. Fastball rides up and in to Jaden Estevez. Speaking of SoCal, Jay from Whittier, California. Autumn and Jesse, his parents. He swipes at that one and fires it into the screen. Aaliyah and Jesse are his brother and sister. Estevez has had a really good 2021 12U Spring Series All-Tournament, Super Regional NIT All-Tournament. 1 for hitting, 1 for pitching, as that pitch a little bit high. 2-1 the count. Breaking ball, called a strike. You were talking about what he's doing in the classroom. I mean, riddle me this, how a young man has the time to do a summer camp in which he's part of Cal State Los Angeles, the Verizon Innovative Program, focusing on STEM and virtual reality effects, helping him gain college elective credits. Beautiful throw on top of the bag. Oh, baby. Cole Crawford finally had a chance to flex things, and a nice throw. But it's all about the long ball, having fun. Brendan Pyle, he homered. Barrett Calvo, he homered. Oh, somehow Pyle a little bit more tired after his. It is time for our Rawlings home run of the game. Just a half inning ago. Oh, stenchion! Not with an EX, but with an ST. Just straight stenchion, and he got it. And with that stenchion, he drove it into the trees. It disappeared. Barrett Calvo, of course, extension we're talking about. And Calvo with our Rawlings home run of the game. Baseball's #1 brand is Rawlings.
What a swing from Bear Calvo. He looked pretty confident with that one, giving him his team a nice little lead there. And then followed up Brendan Pyle inside off the wall, ends up coming all the way home as well.
And they work now defensively behind Colton Gallardo. You were talking about his uncle, Giovanni Gallardo, and there's no denying why he wears that number 49. Giovanni, if you remember his Brewer days, and I think that's where baseball fans mainly remember him. His uncle, obviously, a proud Mexican-driven pitcher from Mexico, and certainly when you think about that pride in the sport in Mexico, Gallardo representing so much. You know, obviously, we think of Fernando Valenzuela, but when you talk to Mexican baseball fans, they'll next voice up start talking about Gallardo. Well, this, his nephew, Giovanni, wearing number 49 for a long time for the Milwaukee Brewers. As that one dives low and inside to Cuddy, William Cutshaw, the local product. And the son of William, straight A student. As we play here in the 6th.
Colton told me yesterday when it comes to pitching, his uncle is one of his pitching coaches. That makes so much sense. And Giovanni taught him, hey, don't get down on yourself too much. There's going to be more opportunities. He told me he throws fastball, curveball. He's focused on the mound. I asked, how do you describe yourself? He said focused, and he throws strikes. And who's his favorite pitcher? Of course, it's his uncle Giovanni.
That's a heck of a breaking ball. Wow. He gets a commitment on a pitch that literally bounced almost in the other batter's box. Talk about spin rate. It had it there. Colton, the third baseman as well. He goes back to that, and he's beating up his man back there just a little bit. Willie Mack, birthday boy, William McIntyre is behind the plate catching. And the count is 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Danny Wexelman and Darren Sutton, glad to have you with us at the Perfect Game 12U Select Festival, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Top Chops, a great beef jerky, the Top Chops East Cobb complex. As he paints the outside corner, that's strike 3 with a fastball. He went breaking ball, couldn't get her done. Breaking ball, couldn't get her done. Then fastball, boom, ring him up.
Wow, good pitch there. Paints the corner. Great job behind the plate as well from McIntyre. And you can see there, you can see his hat, Darren. Yesterday we saw at the banquet, he's rocking some braids under that.
Carson Liedl, the Michigander, who we saw pitch earlier in this game. Takes low and away just off the plate, just a little bit.
Liedl told us he's trying to overcome the mental portion of the game, learning to move on after an error or a bad at bat. He said his team and his families helped support him to overcome some of those challenges. And we hear that a lot at this age now, is these young men recognizing the importance of those 6 inches between the ears.
On to third, where a nice play is made. Out behind Gallardo. Quick field and fire out there. Calvo has moved in at third base.
He's got to be feeling pretty good right now.
And he'll play some short next inning. Here's Jeb Craven. Takes a breaking ball that's outside. So I get what you're saying about the focus on the mental side of the game, but the self-awareness at this age, to me, is kind of what separates you from those that play it maybe casually, and that's great if you play that way. And if you're just playing the game at the rec level, these players have moved past wanting to play at the rec level. They love the game at a different level, and they want to play it with more commitment. So at 11, 12, 13 age group, to understand that this is a game of failure, to me, you're winning the battle already in baseball. Craven fouls that one straight back.
Well, we talked earlier about Ryan Klesko and the pep talk he gave his West team yesterday. It's a game of adjustments. It's a game of inches. It's a game of failure. He talked about dropping a fly ball in the World Series and having to overcome that. And he said if you can make the adjustment, that separates you from everybody else. Because there are a lot of guys who can find success, but then can't make the adjustments. If you want to be an everyday player, if you want to be the best of the best, you have to learn how to overcome different adversities.
Craven over the top of that one, and it's a foul ball, just got a piece of it. Just to put one more bow on the coach, Ryan Klesko. Look, when he was a player early on in his career, and many of you might remember this if you're closer to my age, there was rarely a time that he got to play against lefties. You know, he was a power hitter who played against righties, but he wanted to play every day. So he worked towards that failure, and saw more at-bats later in his career, including in that World Series in which he helped his team win a title, and he homered 3 times. Craven goes down on strikes. Gallardo with outstanding stuff. Now that, folks, when you're in an all-star setting, that is an inning. Game. Jordan Griffin's fun. He's a ball of speed and energy. Cole Crawford can play just about anywhere, and he's great behind the plate. Jaworski Lane is the same. He's a catcher who has, I think, stolen everything. I mean, literally just every base out there is in his car. He has been crazy. Bear Calvo with a 3-run homer, and Brendan Pyle, who won the home run challenge earlier with an inside the park home run in this one. Our Yeti game summary. Yeti built for the Wild. They're only 12, folks. They're only 12, and yet they're playing the game at an advanced level. Danny was talking about, grasping the mental game, learning to be good teammates. I think what makes an event fun like this is when they walk in the room, no matter if it's breakfast or a workout or their team room where they had a good time playing ping pong and video games. No matter when they walk in that room, they're not the best player in the room. And in every other room where they walk in at home, they are the best player in the room. And that's how you get better. Lito goes back to work on the mound, the Michigander, and he does so against Jaden Estevez. Jay out of Whittier, California. Oh, a good breaking ball just off the plate.
One of my favorite questions I like to ask these guys is, what's a part of your game you're working on? Where are you trying to grow right now? And sometimes they don't have an answer because it's a lot of different things, it's a lot of different parts. And I think maybe they feel overwhelmed thinking about what they're trying to work on next. But when I asked Cole Crawford, he said he wants to be a better teammate. That was the answer he gave me. And I think that that's pretty advanced for someone who is his age to say that's the thing I'm trying to get better at right now as a young man. Not only balancing my wrestling and my football and my baseball, but being a better teammate.
3-2 the count, and we've been around all age groups, you and I, for the last 5, 6, 7 years, really loving this space. But we all know who can have the biggest impact on those athletes out there. Any diamond sport on being a better teammate. I'm going on obvious highway, folks. It's the parents. And the good parents and the ones that really are selfless for their athletes and guide them, you know, and maybe challenge them where they need to be challenged. But the ones that don't necessarily live through them and the ones that let them play their game and put expectations out there, those are the ones where we see the best results. It's always good and it moves the needle and it's clickable when you see an outburst or something that goes on around baseball. But that's so rare. I mean, especially in an event like these. Without being a good teammate and without being someone that really is focused on your classwork and selflessness while still working on your craft, you don't play in events like these. Good breaking ball. It's a swing and a miss by the slugger. Okala. The explosive Hawaiian. How tantalizing is that pitch?
He wants to hit one out too. He saw what his teammates did. He said, how about me too? And it's a testament. You see these stands, they're filled with parents, siblings. We have parents from Venezuela, from the Dominican Republic, from Hawaii. 13 hours. Zane's parents traveled to be here. We saw them yesterday. They've got smiles on their faces. They've got to leave at 6 a.m. tomorrow, but they know how important this is to him. They know how much talent their son has, and they want to see him grow and excel in that.
From Wahiawa in Hawaii. That's about as good of a breaking ball as you're going to see at, again, let me remind you, the 12U age group. He threw him 3 in a row that, to me, play in high school games. When you look at that 12-6 break, that late break on it, came right out of that same plane that he uses to throw the fastball. I know he pitched last inning, so Flash Gordon juggling things around just a little bit. And we will step aside. Cole Crawford getting ready to go to work.
That'll be fun. Here we go, Cole. This is our G-Form play of the game. Brendan Pyle, the home run derby champion, off the wall, bounces around, and he comes home for an inside the park home run. Baseball guards so comfortable, you'll forget they're even there. Stay in the zone. Make your moment in G-Form baseball guards. G-Form made for the moment. What a moment for Brendan Pyle, the St. Peters, Missouri native, representing my home state. Great day for the West team. They've been mashing.
We told you this man could do it all, and now Cole Crawford will pitch.
This is fun. He was smiling on the mound right when we went to break.
He fires a fastball in there, 0-1 the count. Crawford, a great athlete, a great catcher.
This is being a great teammate. How about that, going out on the mound, helping your team out any way you can after you've been behind the plate?
Well, he can be my teammate anytime with a fastball and a breaking ball combo like that as he deals with Colton Gallardo.
Crawford plays linebacker, tight end in football. And Travis Kelsey, that's his football hero. How about Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Freddie Freeman on the baseball side?
Colton wags that bat and awaits a fastball that misses outside, 78 miles an hour.
That's that catcher arm strength. that we're seeing right now.
Breaking ball, chopped foul to the backstop, and so we'll do it again with a couple of strikes. Man on the mound, the brother to Brock and Jackson. Football, a big part of their family, as we said. Dad, a really revered and respected high school football coach at Houston County.
Everyone's having a good time here at the game. Honestly, I think I've heard everybody laughing and cheering this entire day.
That's strike 3. Nope. So we'll do it again. My goodness, what a pitch. Woo, yeah, that's what I thought. Nope, I wanted nothing to do with that one, if I'm them. Gallardo goes down on strikes. As a matter of fact, even if I'm catching, I wanted nothing to do with that one.
This is what the game is about right here. Everything that you're watching about this moment, and Crawford on the mound.
Big hammer breaking ball dropped in there for a strike to Angel Acuna. Third at bat for Acuna, and he waves over the top of that one. This is elite stuff from Crawford. As that fastball, 81 miles an hour, and again handcuffed him. 81 was sink from Crawford. Talk about electric. Runner moves up. Estevez is at second base now. He shook off the breaking ball. He wants to throw a fastball. Look at him faking gripping. Fastball, and 77. Down he goes with a smile on his face. He struck out a couple of batters back to back. Gallardo and Acuna. He said, I want to throw the fastball. You bet he did. It was a good one. Last chance for this East squad to get things going as they trail it by a score of 11-5. Either way, it's been a great celebration of this sport. The tank was emptied, by the way, as far as pitchers slated to pitch. Cole Crawford was the 7th pitcher slated to pitch. So as long as this game goes traditionally, which would be a victory, and comes to an end with the lead, that will be it. Even if it doesn't, this will be it, because they emptied the tank as far as pitchers and taking care of those young arms. Either way, we're going to enjoy Tyler Durkin and Gavin Lang and Andrew Bennett. And we're going to enjoy watching Angel Acuna pitch out of La Mirada, California. He will list himself as a primary pitcher, but also a first baseman and an outfielder. Hutchinson Middle School in SoCal, where he's a 2026 grad. Acuna, Maria and Enrique, his parents, Ronaldo, Carla, and Diana, his siblings, all in their 20s or early 30s, so this is the baby, and they get to watch their baby brother pitch.
It's his time to shine. He shared with us he believes his greatest weapon is his control. He's got 3 pitches, fastball, circle change, curveball, his words. He also shared he's working on one more. He didn't say what it was, but he's working on one more. We love to see that. Here's the best line of the day, though, Darren. He said, I have to be cold-blooded when I'm pitching, so I work on zoning out the noise and just focusing on the catcher's glove.
That's a good place to start for a young athlete. There are pitchers at the highest level that will tell you reaching that zone where you shut everything out that you might hear from opposing teammates, from families, from people in the crowd. That's a tough place to go. But it's a great place to be as that one is lifted. Back of second base. That one put away out there, drifting over, under, and out. Chase Fuller makes the play to put that one away. Check that out there at second base. That's Dylan Seward. Apologies, D. Dylan makes the play for the first out. He made our defensive play of the game earlier in this game. One away.
It's hard to miss that drip, Darren.
There's a lot going on there.
Check him out.
There's a lot.
Man.
The shades, the wristbands, the taped up wrist. He's got the chains. I like it. I love it all.
Defensive play of the game. This guy's a gamer.
So Tyler Durkin is erased, and Gavin Lang takes outside. This is Gavin's second chance. He struck out back in the third inning. Pride of Collinsville, Alabama. You mentioned 50 home runs in the last 2.5 years of travel ball. What a talented athlete Gavin is.
A multi-sport athlete, plays football and basketball, rides dirt bikes. And here's teammates cheering him on.
Picked on a breaking ball, just enough depth to get below the bat. 1-2 the count to Lang. Straight A student in the classroom, Beta Club member. He said patience and determination were my friends when I was part of everything that got shut down in 2021. As that one is up and away.
Angel Acuna this season, 19 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts, just 8 walks. Jeremy Brown, our national cross-checker with Perfect Game, providing so much insight for us and helping us, sharing about these guys. He told us he's up to 77 miles per hour, Angel Acuna.
Pretty good pitch. He earns a walk. That's ball 4.
The Perfect Game Select Festival on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by G-Form. Baseball guards so comfortable you'll forget they're even there. Stay in the zone and make your moment in G-Form baseball guards. G-Form, made for the moment. By Yeti, proud partner of the Perfect Game SelectFest. And by Oakley, proud partner of the Perfect Game SelectFest.
Andrew Bennett with a chance to swing the bat now. Slightly closed stance. Opens it up and comes up empty. 0-1 the count. Andrew Bennett out of Mobile, Alabama. Danny was sharing with you earlier. WFBA Hammerheads. That's the West Florida Baseball Academy. Really good travel group at the 12U age group. That one misses outside. You'll see Florida Panhandle up into Alabama is where they'll pull their players from. Phil Hyatt, if you remember him, like the hotel chain but with an I. Phil Hyatt, who had big league time as his travel coach. You see more and more of that. Athletes that get into this world of teaching the sport at the highest of levels. We talk about this event where Ryan Klesko and Flash Gordon and Luke Collier, who are actively involved in travel baseball.
I think the thing I love that these guys share is that ask us anything. We will share any part of the game with you. The secret's out. We want you to get better. We want you to be your best. We want to see you succeed. This isn't some secret club that we're not going to share how to get better at. We're here to let you know whatever you ask is okay. That's pretty special.
Rocket shot to the right side. That's a foul ball, and so we'll do it again. 2-2 the count. Danny and Darren, thanks for spending time with us. We thank these athletes. We certainly thank Perfect Game. Our producer, Jason Cardona, our director, technical director, and media coordinator on this event, Steve Banta, putting all of this together for all of us on the lead. As that one to the right side, shoots it off the end of the bat. It's down for a base hit. So not done yet. And Bennett, kudos to him for picking up that hit. That's got to feel good. Into right field, just in front. He dropped it in there.
Goes with the pitch. That's so important. That's so advanced. He didn't try to do too much with it, didn't try to pull it. He could have rolled that over, but he went with the pitch. Keeps his East team alive. There's no lack of energy either, Darren. Talk about energy. This guy stepping up to the plate, by the way.
J-Rock, Jordan Griffin, Lake Charles, Louisiana. That one misses up and away. Of course, Lake Charles, two really tragic storms that came through last year. So much damage done. I was talking with Jordan about it. He said, oh, it was scary. We were spared in our home, but we just got to work helping others as he fights that one off, takes it down the line. You know, there's a Perfect Game All-American who is from Lake Charles as well. His name is Gavin Guidry. He's a high player in the 2022 draft class, and he'll be playing at Petco Park next weekend at the Perfect Game All-American Classic, who shares about, you know, having to help neighbors dig out of their homes, how businesses get opened again in Lake Charles. And Jordan said, I did much of the same. You know, it was really unique how all of us got together. And he said, by the way, that Guidry guy, I know him. He's good. We all look up to him. Rips those hands through the zone. Diving attempt. Base hit right field. To the plate. Standing up. That will play to run. Going down with a big-time fight, the East squad. Griffin with a base hit.
Let's see this again. Watch that pitch, and he ropes it down the line. Aggressive swing. Griffin known for his barrel whip. Advanced athleticism as well.
Matola Hawthorne, Jason Martin, Drew Edge, Eric Nobles get together. And they were taking a peek at the runners here. Luke Collier comes out for an explanation. We may have hit a runner here. That's what may have occurred up here. Looks like Lash Henderson may do some pitching here. We'll step aside. We'll reset. We'll figure it all out. It's a Select Fest after all. get a chance to know the talented athletics of Lash Henderson. We were talking about it earlier. He plays everywhere that he needs to be. We'll hop up there in the outfield out of Frisco, Texas, ZT Elite. And so Lash will look to lock this thing down. So what occurred, apparently, as the umpires got together, was the ball that was lashed and hit very hard just a moment ago off the bat of Jordan Griffin. Apparently it struck the runner Andrew Bennett as he was making his way from first to second. Therefore, the run doesn't score. Lang comes all the way back to second base, and there would be 2 outs if that's the case. Only 2 runners on out there. So Lang is out there at second base. And if the runner at first base is Griffin, and we were just told there was 1 out, I'm not quite sure how that would be. I just got word down below, 2 outs on the field. One out to 2 outs. You hit the runner, that's an out. Okay, Lang is at second, Griffin at first. We're set, we're good. You're good, right? At home, enjoying this?
I'm here, I'm ready.
And we get to see a very fun athlete get a third chance to hit, and Manuel Beltre out of the Dominican Republic. Lash spikes that one in there. Runners move up to second and third. Lang goes to third. And Griffin goes to second.
It probably bears reminding that Emmanuel is in the class of 2028. Playing here at the 12U Select Festival, the youngest participant here. He's earned his spot, though. There's no doubt about that. It's been really fun to watch him this last year.
7 all-tournament teams. He has earned 7 all-tournament team awards at PG events. High breaking ball. He got away with that one. At those 7 all-tournament teams, he has 10 home runs and 1808 OPS. You bet he's earned his right here and is by far the youngest man at this event. The 1-2. Hot shot, base hit left field. Ready for the fastball that time. And the young shall lead him all the way into second. He struck out his first 2 at-bats, but in this game of failure, you get one more chance, and this is what he did.
Coming up clutch for his East team, keeping them alive. That's exactly what he does. This young man comes up big in important situations. He likes that weight on his shoulders. He wants to be the big man.
And his brother Manuel Beltre Jr., a rising prospect in the Blue Jays organization, signing this past year, and the reigning player of the week in the Blue Jays minor league organization.
And Manuel sharing that with us, so proud. Hopefully big brother's watching him equally as proud.
So 11-6 is the score. Here's Cole Crawford. This is fun watching Lash pitch. Guy who wasn't even slated to do so. Let the coaches know I can help. As that one dives down and away. 2 outs in this inning. 1 out away from a victory for the West squad.
Lash sharing with us his dad chose his name, named after Lash LaRue, star of 40s Western films, something Darren's familiar with a little bit more than I am.
Never gets old, that tired bit, does it? 2-1 the count. Warner Robins native Cole Crawford. That one on the corner, 2-2 the count. This has been a great week. The All-American Classic in San Diego's next weekend. Then the 13U Select Festival the following. That one to the right side, and it's foul.
There's nothing more dangerous than a guy like Cole Crawford up there right now. He was loose on the mound. He's been behind the plate, a brick wall. He's got 2 guys in scoring position. Nothing to lose here.
2-2, bouncing ball, tough play, makes the play, fires it on across, in time! And that'll do it. Celebrate, young men. Celebrate. You've earned it. Bear Calvo made the play. He turned it into an out. Cole Crawford is erased. The West Squad. Ryan Klesko wins another title. He and his mates out there. We celebrate baseball this week at Perfect Game's 12U Select Festival. Calvo made a fun play to end it.
Of course he did. Comes up clutch in every situation. What an incredible effort by both teams. West is best again. Back-to-back years, the West team goes on to win. The East team, though, coming back, chipping away. Incredible performance by them. My favorite part all week, though, Darren, is how much fun these guys are having. We get to watch them now for the next so many years grow and continue to be great ambassadors of this game. The families that came out, can't thank them enough. I mean, these guys just played their hearts out. Now they get to have a great time together. That's what it's all about.
Stolen bases were fun. I mean, the aggression of how they run the bases was a lot of fun to watch. Seeing major leaguers give back to the game and give back to young athletes, it was also fun. And now these players strive to be a part of next year's 13U Select Festival. Coming up next week on the Perfect Game calendar at Petco Park, it's the All-American Classic, the 19th edition in San Diego. Here is the final out one more time with Lash on the mound. And a bang-bang play made by Bear Calvo, who also, by the way, had homered in this event. Outstanding job, and certainly fun way to end it in what was a spectacular week. Don't forget, on August 29th from Norman, Oklahoma, right here on CBS Sports Network, it's the 13U Select Festival. And then on September 5th on CBS Sports Network, it's the 14U Select Festival. It's a great run of youth and amateur and prospect baseball. The MVP. Aha! Logan Schmidt, good timing, which is everything. Logan had a double a run scored. He singled in a run. He stole a base. He drove in a run with a ground out. On the mound, he had a pair of strikeouts. Congrats to Logan Schmidt.
And congrats to his family as well. You know that it takes a village to get you to this point. And this dude has talked about his mom all week, Jessica, softball player at UCLA. His grandpa played football. His dad, Tyler, competed in World Long Drive Championship. I mean, this family is awesome. And congratulations to him. He's had a smile on his face all week long. And now he gets to celebrate with his teammates. Nothing better than that.
There were some great days. Logan Schmidt edging out a bunch of his teammates who all did great things. I loved watching Tegan Leach hit and pitch. I loved watching Jordan Griffin and his energy. He got on 3 times. I loved watching the stolen bases and the catching of Jarvorsky Lane. I'm leaving a bunch out. Of course, I'm a SoCal guy. Hello, Bear Calvo. He hit a 3-run homer. So I loved it all, certainly. It was a bunch of fun. We want to thank our entire production team. We want to thank everyone with Perfect Game who helped to put this event together. This was a magical event, and PG does it right. The very best of the best athletes in the country. Final score, it's a win for the West Squad. Stick around and enjoy. Coming up, it's American Flag Football League for Danny Wexelman and our entire crew. I'm Darren Sutton. Thanks for watching the 12U Perfect Game Select Festival. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. I'm Darren, saying so long from Atlanta.